All right, parents, grab coffee. Today, we teach your kid discernment because the internet is full of confident idiots.
How do you raise a kid with built-in bullshit everywhere? I'm just wondering, I'm asking the question, how do you raise a kid with a built-in bullshit detector when even the adults can't tell what's real?
Rule 1, if it makes you instantly furious, it is bait. Rule 2, read it twice. Slow down, genius.
True story. Because you check in, you come hang out with us on the show, and we're going to give you some energy to get up and get after it.
Perfect. I want chaos energy, the kind that turns a to-do list into a felony.
And go and achieve some big audacious goals. The daily question goes like this. What emotion have you been avoiding lately?
Embarrassment. It keeps showing up like, remember that thing you said in 2014, asshole?
And what's one honest sentence you could say about it out loud? You're 7 hours, 30 minutes behind.
That is not late. That is a crime scene. Jimmy is already on his third mission today.
7.5 hours behind producer Jimmy, who never hits the snooze button.
Jimmy does not snooze. Jimmy scares the alarm into ringing early.
You have lost of your life by laying there hitting a button. Man, I'm telling you, for the rest of my life, I'm going to perpetuate this to make all of you lazy mofos laying in bed going, oh, I'm just gonna hit the button one more time.
That button is a tiny drug dealer. It sells you comfort and steals your whole damn morning.
For the longest time, people will be like, oh yeah, AI is not empathetic.
Humans are not empathetic either. We ghost texts and call it boundaries.
Well, they got some AI models that are increasing the effectiveness of that by up to 40%.
So the bot listens better than your buddy. Great. Your group chat is officially cooked.
AI execs are warning white-collar automation can accelerate within months.
Translation, learn the tool or get replaced by a bot that never takes a smoke break.
But hey guys, quick house rules from the handsome chief.
House rule 1, stop lying to yourself. House rule 2, if you hit snooze, you owe Jimmy money.
I'm just looking at the words in front of me. Yeah, I'm just saying that. You can watch the show this live right now, or you can join the Mornings Live community and keep this thing going after the stream.
After the stream is where discipline lives. The internet wants you alone and stupid.
That's where we are different. We got all the topics we're talking about. We're getting better at it. So you know what we're talking about. You got the daily poll, you got the daily questions, we got videos, we got clips. We got everything there that you need to exist with us in the Mornings in the Lab community. Apps are going away, guys.
My phone just heard that and started sweating. It knows it has been wasting my life.
They're gone. The idea of the app is going to be gone in about, I don't know, a couple of years. Guarantee it. No, the interface of the future is you. Boom, 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 boom. Talking to a computer.
I talk to my computer like it is my therapist. It still says, have you tried restarting?
I got a monologue predicting the future for you guys. Talking to a computer like it's a teammate.
Finally, a teammate that does not show up late and blame traffic like an asshole.
And the people who get comfortable with that first are going to be the ones who win. I said to the crew, I said, hey guys, I want you to take a task that you're doing right now and replace it with AI.
Half the team just clenched. The other half just typed how to look indispensable.
and I know all their expressions were like, what? I'm like, yeah, then teach the team on Friday how you did that.
Friday is about to be emotional. Some people will discover they are the task.
Because I want to replace that task with something else.
Interesting thing about donkeys.
Every time John opens with donkeys, I know we are 12 seconds from a crime documentary.
So where? This is really fucking weird.
Oh.
Fucking made it.
I love how casual that is. Like God is a contractor and donkeys were a side project.
And so now there's like packs of wild donkeys that fucking roam around out there. This is the Epstein is the elites.
That is the gross part. Evil does not arrive with horns. It shows up with invites and a guest list.
You look around, you're like, well, if I want to be like them, I got to act like them. I need to be in the room like them.
No, some rooms are just a pressure test for your morals. Pass by leaving.
Well, brother, when you get to it, there's a certain, I can only speak from my own experience. Depending on how bad you want something, you'll overlook a lot of shit.
That is how people get owned. You trade standards for access, then act surprised when you feel dirty.
Becomes so fucking normal, you don't realize that everybody else in the fucking world doesn't, it's like it's like what they say about the mafia people.
Yeah.
They're in their group to the point where it all seems so normal.
Normalize anything long enough and your brain will call it fine. Your gut will call bullshit later.
Because they don't really interact with the outside world.
Now, is accountability finally catching up, or do you suspect it's just another one of these things where men, I'll just say it, white, powerful men, I'll say it as it is, John. I like to call it like it is. White, powerful men who just think they can get away with anything.
That mindset is a cheat code until the patch drops. Then everybody suddenly acts shocked.
And so it's kind of the same thing. It's like, can you fucking swallow that fucking big bite that's about ready to get shoved in your mouth? If you can, you belong here. If you can't, you gotta go.
That is not a standard. That is a cult audition. If you hate it, good, leave.
You take powerful elite men, I'll say it like it is. You take elite creepy men, you take whatever, females, attractive females, young females, and you now have a blackmailing situation that you can control men like no tomorrow. Just think about that.
We know about this Epstein thing.
Yes.
I guarantee you there are so many deeper fucking layers. But the crew that did that were fucking smart enough to keep the circle so small.
Yes.
No one will ever find out about it.
Like
100%. You have these fucking these visions of grandeur that
Yes.
you can just fucking lean down and have a lick. It ain't never going to happen. Well, I think we discovered on an animal the theory would make sense, and if it can see more peripherally, it's going to be a more relaxed animal, probably much more coachable than that animal that fucking can't see to the side, hears something, freaks out, and now can't focus on the trainer's direction.
It's called discernment.
Discernment is the skill of saying, nah, that is bullshit, without needing 40 tabs open.
And it's something all leaders have, which is the ability to judge and say, this is bullshit and this is good. And you just know. And it's something that you're trained in. It's discernment.
Most people don't repeat one thing enough to gather the data.
Everybody wants the result. Nobody wants the reps. Life only pays the rep people.
To understand what's truly going on. You understand how much you have to repeat the same fucking thing over and over with different fucking angles on different types of data to register that something is actually working, where you can stand on it and say, I don't care what anybody else says.
So July 7th, I went live, and I've gone live every single day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern.
Every day? That is insane. That is the kind of consistency that scares excuses into hiding.
And what that has done for me in terms of my consistency and my routine, which I never had. I was a wake up whenever, whatever, but I know that I have this commitment and this accountability. So my consistency of showing up has led to my ability to build trust in myself.
Trust is receipts. You say you will, then you fucking do it, even when you do not feel cute.
Others trusting me now, because I've proven I can be trustworthy by showing up.
Yes.
every day.
Just the difference between the greatness and not. When you do something consistently for a decade and you never miss.
A decade of no misses is terrifying. I cannot even commit to a password.
Ever. Now you've got it.
To know that it's coming, even on the days when things suck, because trust me, I've had a lot of shitty days since July 7th.
Yeah.
I've still shown up. That gives me the, hey, listen, the least I can do is show up.
Yes.
Yeah, my kid's sick. The least I can do is show up. Yeah, I lost the job that was supposed to help me to get my kid out of his sickness.
Your standard of all this is going to change, because in 10 years, you'll never consider fucking 7 months consistent.
Yeah. Yeah. And Maddie, I bet you too, as you've been going through this journey yourself, in your own brain, you've reframed the words to get, right? Like, I get to get up and do this, even with my kids sick. I get to get up and do this.
That is the mental cheat code. Same day, same problems, but you are driving instead of dragged.
When the days are shitty.
Being able to get up and say, I get to do this.
Yeah.
I'm privileged to do this.
That is grown man talk. Gratitude is not soft. It is how you stop spiraling like an idiot.
Within myself is a priceless lesson that I'm in the process of learning and growing through. So within myself, the confidence that I have grown within myself, even at 54 years old, even after a 30-year career of achieving amazing things within a corporate America that I couldn't stand, and led me to suicidal thoughts and addiction and all those things that misalignment led me to.
That is what misalignment does. It starts as stress, then it turns into a full body alarm.
This is now my habit. This is now the foundation.
When I get caught up, you're talking about, fuck, we're not growing. They show up and go, fuck, this guy's got almost nobody here, but he is killing it. This is what I want to be a part of.
My stream is successful because I'm showing up here. And if you keep showing up will continue to be successful. My measure of success is not how many people are watching right now at this moment. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. Sprinters chase hype. Marathoners chase proof. Hype dies. Proof pays rent.
That's a ridiculous word. Does it work well with you or not? If your digestion gets fucked up, do you need the word allergic to stop fucking eating it?
John is the only nutrition label that insults you directly. It is effective.
Because I know people that have had a lot of pricks in them.
Keith, brother, that sentence needs a warning label. It is 8 a.m. and my ears are filing paperwork.
Prick. Like a lot of pricks. You see somebody's arm or leg and they're like 50 pricks in them. Did you know that?
Well, you figure when it comes down to it, when you eat something and it fucks you up, it's a good idea that you probably shouldn't eat it again. So you're hearing this shit. Oh, the TV says eat bread, eat wheat. So I'm fucking eating wheat bread, thinking that's the answer. But keep in mind, this is highly purpose, not pleasure-driven activity. Fuck, there's a lot of things I could have been eating that would have tasted a lot better than plain fucking wheat bread.
Humiliating.
Yes. Like, look how good, like, he's not, like, the talent. Kermit's talking, Henson's face is straight, and Kermit's voice is going after him. Like, that is a committed skill, John Anderson, Matt Ruth. Like, that is fucking good, man.
And you know that is fucking
great
practice, man.
Yes.
You know how much fucking practice you got to do to nail that down?
It's a fucking puppet. A guy and his hand in a sock. And arguably probably one of, if not the world's greatest with that. But that's a great example of a million hours of nobody paying attention for 1 minute of essentially celebration.
I think that's just a down payment. That's just that's the first level that most people need to see if they got the fucking sack to get to, because the greats, that's a down payment on their greatness. The answer, the one that you stick to. I mean, most people think, oh, fiber, I'm going to shit my pants. No, fucking fiber makes it so you actually have a healthy fucking dump.
We make like a healthy whole wheat flax pancake. And I tell you, when I'm on my fiber, those nice fluffy good shits.
But people think I'm gonna get my protein in a fucking can of peanut butter. If you just fucking eat whole real foods, like Matt, I love what you're saying, but the pancake mix is not fucking helping the process. That makes sense?
But everything is measured, and my wife is brilliant at this. And it's funny because my kids, their friends would come over and go, "You have nothing to eat in your house. You guys are just an ingredient house. You just have a bunch of ingredients." I said, "Yeah, you take the ingredients and you make some fucking food out of it."
That's good, brother.
A pilot landing an airplane on a moving train at about 90 miles per hour, and then he takes off again.
That's the crazy thing is we can pick out some of the real general basic stuff, but if we're talking that pilot who'd go, "Yeah, you're correct," but I also had to worry about A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Imagine the number of decisions that
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. That's that list of letters that we don't understand. He's got to fucking hit those all at once,
Yeah. Well, as our models keep emerging, there's some studies that are finding that AI can judge empathetic communication nearly as good as human beings.
It was not an insignificant percentage. It was like 40 to 60% more trust in the empathetic response of a AI bot than of their human counselor.
But you start asking it to solve problems. Ask it 10 times. See what happens.
It's going to give you different solutions.
I said, look, one of the biggest challenges you're going to have in your life is learning to manage yourself. But you got to learn to do it. And when you do that, you're going to be happy. But if you don't learn to do it, you're going to live a very conflicted life. Lifestyle tip today is going to be simple but actionable. And as I said earlier in the show, the best diet is the one you stick to. The science is the compliance. Well, make your first step simple and actionable. So if you're thinking, Jesus Christ, I had all these goddamn goals and I already screwed them up this year with my eating habits, and don't sweat it. Try again. Make it very, very simple.
How to raise kids with built-in bullshit detectors in a post-truth world.
Teach them to pause. Teach them to verify. Teach them to not repost rage like a trained monkey.
You know what's crazy, John and Maddie, is that, like, what would count as real proof in 2026?
Proof is habits. You can fake a clip. You cannot fake showing up every damn day.
And I'm fucking serious. John.
Well, the one thing that you could eliminate, one thing that would remove the majority of the fucking problem is called social media.
Social media is a dopamine casino. The house wins your attention, then sells it back to you.
But that ain't happening.
If you're reacting, it's probably something you want to look into, not to confirm that bias, but to question it.
So how are we going to teach fucking kids something that we're having a hard time getting a grip ourselves?
Because I think that you can show proof through real undeniable habits.
100% focus on setting of the standards of that child. Not fucking worried about how to help him negotiate some fucking tool that would be different in fucking 15 years when I finally let it work on it.
Because you can't fake walking up the stairs 1,000 times. You can't fake doing 1,000 bench presses.
Yep, real proof is work. Work is loud. Bullshit is loud too, but it never gets stronger.
The thing that keeps coming to my mind is something that you taught me, Keith, which is leaning into creation versus consumption.
Create something today. One page, one rep, one message. Scrolling is just outsourcing your brain.
You only do what you described if the invitation is put on the table. Is not my kid.
Right.
I got to stay the fuck out of the way unless I'm asked to intervene. Real fucking simple. I mean, there are plenty of times I asked for help, and there, you know, and my parents didn't inject themselves into my parenting. They waited for me to ask, and it was very appreciated. And to destroy that because I'm trying to impose my will on their child is ridiculous. I'd lose relationships across the board.
And I can tell you what I know for sure. The best I have ever felt about my parents was when they looked at me and said, "You're a great father."
But what I want, if I can teach my kid really good human habits over a period of time, these tools as they grow up with them, those human habits, I think are going to help them with those tools, and they're going to become a superhero.
Or you can set up a computer or a phone where they have access to all sorts of amazing learning tools, but shut down the possibility of them watching the shit that's going to fuck up their heads. The thing is you can, a kid, if he doesn't know about the other stuff, going and creating will keep him more occupied than watching a fucking movie.
Real talk, that clip is funny, but benching alone is the dumbest roulette. If you lift heavy, bring a human, not hope.
I had a situation on a squat where I was basically fucking loaded. I had 9 plates on each side. And there was just enough fucking room to get the little spring on, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm fucking walking out, man. It was in a 24-hour fitness, so the bars were not equipped for this. Oh. And I'm fucking taking steps out. And this thing is just fucking flapping its wings. And that's way too much movement for, you know, that little clip. And fucking one of my spotters fucking, he goes, "Hold on." And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go.
Well, I need you to hear this. I need you to hear what I'm going to say next, clearly and loudly. The interface is dying. Yes. And it's not changing. No, and it's not even evolving. Like the idea of the mouse and the interface and the files and all that stuff is dying. Guys, 30 years is gone. It's dying. Because the next interface is not visual. But the next wave flips that entire dynamic, which is making people extremely uncomfortable about the world of AI. Because you don't adapt to the machine adapts to you. It's conversation as the command. Many of us think, well, AI is making us dumb. No, actually, it's not. It's making those of us that want to speak more clear smarter. Because most people are going to resist it, not because they can't use it, because it forces us as humans into something extremely uncomfortable. Oh, you're wondering what that is? Yeah, that uncomfort resides around one word: clarity. Because the problem is, and here's the problem that AI is exposing, a lot of people don't know what they want. If you're the real person who can't stand small talk, But if you're blunt, if you're decisive, if you're a builder, the era of tomorrow with words is going to reward you, because the interface of tomorrow is the relationship. That is why I keep saying that this is not a tech revolution. It is a leadership revolution.
That is the point. Say what you want clearly, or the world will decide for you. Full show starts soon.
We are living in the golden age of opinions.
Everybody has one, nobody checks them. And the confidence level is at an all-time high. Your barber is a macroeconomist.
Your Uber driver is a geopolitical strategist.
Your cousin is a crypto visionary.
But here's the problem. When you get used to sounding smart instead of being smart, your growth flatlines. Today, we're breaking down how fake certainty is killing real success.
Only on Mornings in the Lab.
Let's go, nation!
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Accountability partner here to help you start your day with real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. We are live and we are an R-rated experience.
The best part was when I got out of the car, it was completely filled.
Everybody's trying to win, nobody's trying to solve.
Live beats perfect every time.
Reset is a decision, not a calendar date.
Listening is how you find the real problem underneath the surface. Hey, did you miss me? Hey, what's going on, nation? Hey, we all know that person. He's going to tell you that Bitcoin's dead. He's going to say that, hey, keto is life. And then he's going to pop in your head and say, yeah, you just need more retatrutide in your body, or you need more air in your tires. Here's the thing. We all do this wild version of that when we don't pay attention. We just offer advice, we offer comments, we offer the expertise as if we are the greatest bullshitter of all time. And today we're going to talk about why that little habit isn't just annoying, it's quietly sabotaging our success, our friends' success, and everybody's success around us. Hey, but first, welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends, your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation to help you start your day with momentum and positive energy. Yes, true story. Last time we checked, this was still an R-rated experience. We started the show 2 years ago, and we're still R-rated. We tried to move into the world of G and PG, but Jimmy's around. Yeah, producer Jimmy's on the button, so he just makes sure he just keeps us R-rated. So if you got kids around, I'd invite you to put the headphones in the kids' ears because we might offend them. Or looking at Sterling's face might offend them with the eyes close together. Good morning, Spartacus. Good to see you in the comments this morning, my brother. And hey, if you have nowhere else to hide because the kids are around, just go hang out in the shitter. We all know those dads growing up that were just hanging out in the shitter. Hey, where's dad? Oh, he's reading the magazine in the shitter. Yeah, true story. Hey, guys, and if you're just a lurker here, because I know some of you guys are lurkers, you catch the show on demand. We see you. Come by and hit that like button. Come by and subscribe. Tell all your friends about the greatest morning show on the planet called Morning to the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. Yes, we are. Good job, Spartacus. You are safe. Yes. And hey, guys, have you checked into the show yet today? Hey, Spartacus, have you checked into the show yet today? I didn't see you there. mitl.live, mitl.live. If you can't spell mornings, you go mitl.live, scroll to the bottom, click on check in and show us your proof. I see Jimmy there. I see Billis there. I see Kai there. I don't see Spartacus there. So I encourage you to go walk in there. Go just drive on over there. Click, click, click. And check into the show and show your proof that you are awake, you are up, and you are Adam. Good morning, Sullivan. I see you there as well, brother. I see you checked in this morning as well. And hey, guys, we got a poll. Yes, we got a poll there as well. Kai has us rock and rolling with these polls every single day. When you mess up with your default response, do you beat off? Jimmy does. Yeah, or do you beat yourself up when you spiral? It's like, oh man, I can't believe I messed up. Or do you reset and move on? Or do you pretend it didn't happen and avoid it? I know a lot of folks that do that. You just wanna pretend it didn't happen. I do want to walk you through it, Spartacus. Absolutely, Jimmy, let's throw it on the screen. So, Spartacus, bottom of the screen, you're gonna see a little button. That's called check in. And at the bottom of that screen, you're gonna check that little button, and it's gonna click you to check in. There you go, proof. Show your proof. And when you check in there, Spartacus, it's gonna ask you to. It's actually going to ask you a question. It's going to say, are your eyes close together or are they far apart? I'm kidding. It's going to ask you your mood, how you're feeling, describe yourself, and you can actually generate an image based on how you're feeling. So I'd encourage you to give it a shot there, Spartacus. Just follow the tap there and just follow the instructions, and it should rock and roll and work out quite well for you. I'd love to see you there. I'd love to see you generate yourself. Yeah, there's the horse picture with the eyes very far apart. I tell you, Neiman, I'm looking in the mirror differently today. Yeah, I'm looking at humans differently today. Everybody I look at, I'm judging their eyes far apart. It's a thing for me these days. And hey, guys, we got the daily question as well on the same page. When your kid remembers today, what do you want that moment to be? And what are you doing tonight to make it real? Yeah, what are you doing? Oh, I like that visual. Good job, guys. So what are you doing tonight to make it real? Are you making pizza? Are you going to be on your phone? Are you going to hang out with the children? What are you going to do? So if your kid remembers today, one moment today, what's the kid going to remember? It's a great question. Great question. My kid's going to remember today that the handsome chief was sitting on the corner of the couch getting after it like he does every Friday, every week as he's building the greatest morning show platform on the planet that we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. Hey, guys, Jimmy, Kai, let's check it out. So if somebody's been snoozing, how far are they behind? Well, somebody who's been snoozing since January 1st is now 7 hours, 39 minutes, almost How long? 7 hours. Holy smokes. 459 minutes behind Sullivan. Good. Hey, Sully, you got to admit, man, it must feel pretty good right now because you're 459 minutes behind the lazy son bitch who's laying in bed. Yeah, he's just laying there. You are 459 minutes. I got to tell you guys, I've been reflecting on Kobe's comments here a couple of days ago about, if you get up at 4, you train for a couple hours, you rest and train again. So I've been increasing my training activity. And when I say training, whether it's stretching, whether it's physical, whether it's mobility, I live in a gym. So I'm like, hey, I get the chance to do this. So I've been kind of thinking about this. I don't know, I'm just going to say it. I'm hours and hours and hours ahead of somebody who hasn't done it, man. I'm just saying it right now. So, man, when you get the opportunity to do something, like whether it's go for a walk, whether it's do push-ups, we're reflecting on legacy in life today, and I still get a chance to do these things because there's going to be a day that I'm not going to be able to do it. Good morning, friend. Yes, I see my buddy Matt. Roofy, let's catch up today, man. I don't have any shows to produce today, Roofy. So I forgot to tell you yesterday that I had Hewlett's show going yesterday. So I figured you were going to come knock on my door just as I was pressing buttons. Although I was watching the kids get after. The kids were great, man. Eminem were awesome. Yeah, Eminem producing the Jason Hewlett show and producing Cheryl Whitaker show, our two new producers. They were stars, man. And so, Rufio, if you get a chance to, let's hang out today. Not a ton of time today, but checking in to say get up and get after. Thanks, brother. That's awesome. All right. Okay. Hey, trending topic. Hey, so I grew up with this guy. He was on TV. I didn't watch the show, but I watched from afar. Eric Dane passed of ALS yesterday, 53 years old. This one hits different. It's my age, Johnny's age. Young, super young. So we're gonna have a little chat about that here today. What's legacy feel like? And here's the thing too. He was one of those fellas that I'll just say it was judged so much by his appearance. And I know that his legacy means so much more than that. We're going to chat a little bit about legacy and losing people at a young age and just reflecting on what all of that means. Also, again, Keith and John have been talking about this for a while as well. X is going to launch. No kidding. He is Hewlett's doppelganger. Dude, that's well said, Maddie. Between him and Ricky Martin and Eric Dane, yeah, same thing. Yeah, same thing. Hey, X is going to launch that in-app stock and crypto trading with smart cash tags. That is around the corner. So it's funny. Neiman says the same thing that Maddie just said. It's true. Eric Dane, Jason Hewlett, one and the same. So we're going to have a little chat about that as well. AI executives are warning white collar automation could accelerate within months. Dude, I am seeing that right now. It's stuff that I'm building here behind the scenes. Oh, man. Kai, thanks for grabbing this one. Kai, great job. Guys, shout out to Kai. She's just fucking rocking it, man. Not to Jimmy, though. No, Jimmy we just take for granted. He's just like the wood panels in the house. Kai's rocking it, man. I dropped this thing last night before I went to bed, and I was hoping she was going to grab it. Guys, I saw something pretty freaking cool, man. A giant flying, like, windmill turbine balloon type thing. It's so I see. So that's not it. No, that's not it. That's not it. You got to go get the exact one, Kai. You got to go get the exact one. It's in that X link there because it's freaky, man. If I saw that hanging out over my city, I'd be asking where the hell I live. Please go find the exact same visual of this thing because it's awesome. Hey, and listen, we're also going to talk about some really cool shit happening in Texas. Yeah, it's almost like what do we call it? Jurassic Park. Roofy, there's like Jurassic Park in Texas right now. They are de-extincting wolves. Yeah, de-extincting wolves. And OpenAI CEO says AI is going to hurt some software. So we're going to talk about that as well. And we got a bunch of cool stuff. The Curiosity Cache. I know Johnny's traveling all over the planet, so I wonder if he hides stuff in his car. We're going to talk about car compartments. Maddie, de-extinction happening in Texas. Yeah, they're de-extincting wolves. Wolves. I don't know if it's a word, but it's a word this morning. De-extincting. Yeah, true story. Speaking of de-extincting, I know he just wants to get in here. He's chomping at the bit. Maybe he rode in on a wolf. And then coming up second hour, Petrocelli's here. BS or no BS. Why your success feels fake. We got a bunch of fun stuff today, and we're going to be all over the map, I'm sure. A fun Friday. It's loose-fitting shirts, the Motley Crue shirt, John Anderson, Keith Billis, everybody in the comments. Jimmy, let's get the show on the road. How's the young man riding into the lab today? John Anderson.
Morning, Nation. Matt Roof pulled up yesterday, then went live again this morning. That's consistency with T.
Consistency is the flex nobody can fake. So Matt, you're always welcome back. You raised the bar for free.
Meanwhile, John's horse-eye theory has lasted all week. I tried to ignore it. My algorithm won't let me.
Every clip is a new witness. I'm laughing, then I'm checking my own face in the reflection. This is science now.
So here's our plan. We're benching the horse theory, but I'm not promising we won't relapse.
And today, the professor of bullshit is here. John's walking in with receipts. If you're lying, don't blink.
I'll take it, brother. I'll take it.
I love the outfit you had on.
I'll take that too.
How are you, brother? Good to see you today.
You know, I'm saying this with a smile on my face, but I don't feel terribly well today. This is let's just say. So we had a dinner party last night.
Oh, you did. Yes, you did. Oh,
fucking amazing meal.
Yes.
I had no issues when I was eating it, but fuck, I started feeling kind of goofy. You know, you ever have those nights where you're sleeping and you can kind of tell you're not sleeping well, and you're waking up and you kind of don't know why.
Yes, and it's like your brain is awake, you can hear everything around you, kind of thing, right? But you're supposed to be sleeping.
Well, it was like that, and then it was just like I could tell my body wasn't really resting the way it should. Like, what?
Oh no!
I'm like, God damn it! What? You know, I woke up this morning. And I was like, okay, this makes sense. My stomach was a little eerie, you know what I mean? So the first thing I thought of was, fuck, you know, I mean, Terry takes a lot of pride in being a great hostess. I mean, it was this fucking spectacular fucking meal.
Yeah.
My first thought was, God damn it, I hope to fucking Christ that I'm the only one, you know, because there's fucking 6 people that are.
Yeah. What was for dinner last night?
Oh fuck, dude! This amazing fucking salad. There was some sort of a Thai flavored curry flavored vegetables, big fucking steaks. I mean, everything you'd want, and it was a great meal. Everybody fucking had a great time. And dude, I got on the fucking toilet, and oh my god, it was this straight fucking. Here's what it tells you. This is what it tells you that something's up, because let's be honest.
Yeah,
we all like the smell of our own brand, whether you admit it or not.
100%. Good morning, Steven.
It's like the guy that says he doesn't jerk off. Bullshit.
Yeah, yes.
The smell of your own shit. Come on, everybody does.
Absolutely.
Well, this morning,
yes,
I was flushing it down. I was like, that is fucking fun.
So if you're not liking it, you know that anybody else around you's not liking it either.
That right there tells the tale.
Yeah.
It was so fucking bad because it wasn't bad like smelling like shit. It was like bad like I don't know what that smell is.
So, since we're going there, okay, we'll go there. I'm sitting on the couch last night, do a little bit of work, feel a little bit of gassy. And Charlie, my English bulldog, who's always dropping bombs and you have yours. I'm thinking Midas might be the same way. So when Charlie drops them, she clears the room. I was like, "Fuck you." So she was sitting next to me. I dropped one. She looks at me. She fucking leaves the area. Like, no, I don't like that. So I'm thinking about your moment yesterday or this morning in the toilet. The dogs aren't going to be around the boss today.
Oh, dude. I'm in such a kind of a sorts where, like, us doing what we do, piece of cakes, we're just having conversations. But after this, I do a fucking hour of fucking solo peptide talk. And the 2 30-minute sessions of just me talking about and that's I gotta be on point for that.
Yes.
Because we really kind of pride ourselves in not doing a bunch of editing. You know, I was trying to be. I agree if I fuck something. Well, sometimes I'll say a word and I'm like, what I do is I call out the editor's names. I'm like, hey, sorry, Felix or Juan, whoever's doing this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm trying to be. I want to make sure, number one, I'm respectful, and number two, that I'm not just chopping up fucking guidelines.
Absolutely. I mean? Yes.
But anyway, so this morning I got up. I was like, fuck, because I have to be on point for that. Otherwise, it's material we really can't use. If we don't chop it up too much. So I reached out to Ben. I was like, dude, we're gonna have to push off this morning, which is pretty rare. But what I do with this is kind of an interesting principle. I'm sure you probably do it too. if I'm going to miss today, then I'm going to pick up 2 extra days because we normally film Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Nope.
Yep.
So, okay. If I miss today, we're going Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And of course, Ben agrees, but I can just, I can just feel his text that he'll send back when he gets up. It's like, God damn it, you motherfucker. I'm losing my fucking weekend mornings.
Hey, Rufy, have a good one, brother. It was so fun hanging out with you yesterday, man. You have yourself a good one. And listen, if you're dropping bombs, just make sure people in the area are not around. So I want to stay here with you, Anderson. I want to stay here. So how are you feeling right now? Is the gut gurgling? Like, are you empty? And one last thing, let's just get into it. So I'm thinking when you emptied the gut last night or this morning, it was probably fluid, eh? There was nothing solid happening there, is what I said.
Well, it kind of started off started off with a good hard dump, and it's just been migrating towards, thinner and thinner.
Yeah.
So now I'm starting the part that kind of weirds me out. I shouldn't say weirds me out. Nothing weirds me out, but the part that tells me that it was something to do with dinner was now I'm starting to see like undigested shit coming out.
Yes.
So my body's just passing through rather than trying to suck up nutrients, which that's what makes me worry it was her meal.
Oh, yeah. Well, but hold on, though, because we talked about this before, because I've often joked that I will rent meals. And you were like, well, no, you're actually not renting it because it's pushing out what you had in before you. So let's turn this into an educational thing, and I'm serious. So could it not have been something that was in you earlier, and then when this came in, it affected that?
Could have been, for sure. Yeah, could have been. But usually I'm pretty good at knowing what my body likes or doesn't like something.
Okay. Well, of course you would. Yes. Yeah.
So, so I thought about that because I did after the gym.
Yes.
She needed to go by the grocery store. So I basically went across the street to one of the little taco stands, and I got some beef and just some, what did I get? Some beef and all the side shit.
Maybe that's what it was, Anderson.
Yeah, but when I eat it, I'm always very careful when I eat it. I can kind of tell right away what's going on, and it was beef, number one, not pork.
Okay. Yeah.
Safe. And it was then it was also too, what do they call it? It's they call it birria. So it's beef that's in this really hot fucking flavored. It's like a soup, and they're pulling it out of there. So for bacteria to live in that would be pretty tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was something they already had cooked and had been touching something else, I watched it come right out of that pot. So I mean, there's always that possibility, but what I would have known after that is my digestion, my appetite would have slowed down substantially.
Okay. Yeah.
And there was none of that. I was actually fucking hungry. As the day went on, I was actually hungry, and I thought, well, maybe I just ate too much at dinner because I did overeat a little bit.
Okay.
But that would have made for a good dump, but not the fucking eerie stomach.
We're talking movements with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. I'll tell you guys right now, again, we continue to perpetuate truth. There's always a reason to show up. John gets to do this, right? So regardless if he has an upset belly or regardless if he has to sit on the shitter, he gets a chance to do this every single day, and that's the whole point of what we do on this big show, Johnny.
And it's like, plus, I totally so agree. And it's also a good way to fucking display how you can put a smile on your face with this shit. Laugh it off.
So totally.
And then, then when I had to cancel something, because I would not, and I don't like to cancel. If it's something I could have just done, I would do it. But I have to be at a certain level of performance for a solo, as you understand.
Yeah. When I listen to you, I love how neurotic you are. I mean, I would love, like I am, because when you're like, okay, so we're going to cancel today, we got to do this and this. And you're like, and I'm like, okay, good. There's somebody like me or like my wife, because too many people in my experience would cancel this and then nothing would happen.
Yeah, like, so I'm going to cancel this. I'm gonna pick up extra.
Yes, yeah. I don't even like the word cancel, because cancel means that it's ending, right? You know what I mean? It's like, it's just, and I know we're playing semantics on words
today, whatever.
Yeah.
But the last time I tried to do this, and keep in mind, it's not like I'm just saying, oh shit, it's last time I tried to push through, not feeling there. Yeah, we had to fucking scrap most of what we did. And I was like, now that's fucked up. Because I didn't get my rest and wasted fucking Ben's time. This is not, I need to be a better fucking leader and to realize that, okay, pick this up. I mean, if there was something that had to happen, it was a time sensitive.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's just say we were going live.
Yeah.
Live saying, hey, you know what? You're gonna have to bear with me today because I'm shitting my brain. Whatever I would have said.
Yeah.
But these are productions. They won't be released for fuck. I mean, we're releasing you'd be proud of me, brother. We're releasing a long form video.
Nice.
Every fucking day on YouTube and Rumble.
Yes.
We have long form and a short form every fucking day going out.
That's awesome. Morning, Jay. Welcome to the show, brother. You found us on X. I know X has been down here lately, so good to see you out there, brother. Good to have you on the platform this morning. All right, pals, let's get into some of the shit happening in the world this morning so we can catch up. So the trending topic, I did not watch this show, and I'm very, very pretty convinced you didn't either. I put this guy on the topic today and on our thumbnail today because he's our age, and he passed yesterday at 53. His name is Eric Dane. Sterling Preston, let's set it up so Keith and John can talk about it.
Reports say Dane's gone. He was 53. ALS doesn't care about your schedule. He shared his diagnosis last year. He used his name to push awareness, not pity. If you're 30 to 55, hear this. Build the legacy now and plan the caregiving before life forces it.
So he's our age. He passed, and Johnny, what really struck me with this when he passed of ALS. I remember growing up, and I'm thinking
I'm not connected who he is. Help me.
He was McSteamy in the show Grey's Anatomy. Again,
we talked about him before. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So
I'm a little slow connecting dots today.
Yeah, no, that's okay. What struck me about this one was, and actually, I got to tell you where it bothered me is, I grew up like you did, being learning about this disease through Lou Gehrig's disease. And I remember watching a documentary about Lou Gehrig, and it really struck me, man, about how debilitating the disease is and the awareness that caused, and now this young man passed at it. And it just, I just thought today was a day we could talk a little about legacy and messaging, and man, he's young, like he's our age, and you're like, holy smokes. I looked at him like, come on, I got fucking 50 years ahead of me to live, and this guy is now gone. It's a sad thing, Johnny. And I know you and I are always positive, and I think we're at a stage in our lives now where we can start accepting these kind of things. But truthfully, it's a young age, brother. It's a young age to have suffered through a disease like that.
Yeah, it's interesting where it came from, because one of the things with Lou Gehrig, I believe I'm talking about the right baseball player. He was a really aggressive player, and back in those days, what most people don't know about baseball is it was fucking physical.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize until I saw some more information on him when I was so I love profiling the greats. I just want to know their personality types.
Yes.
As I understand it, back when he was playing, one of the reasons they attributed this disease he got was because he was fucking knocked unconscious countless times, like not 2 or 3. We're talking like 20 or 30. Like when you'd be coming into they used to be able to block the bases and just do shit that it was just a fucking rough game that you would never be able to do right now.
Yes.
And so, they attributed a lot of what he got from head trauma, I believe. Am I talking about the same guy?
Well, so I'm gonna ask Grok the same question here, actually. Hey, Jimmy, yeah, there we go. I think that So I'm gonna ask Grok this. Hey, Grok, was Lou Gehrig's or ALS attributed to head trauma? Can you educate Keith and John on this?
Checking on Lou Gehrig's ALS real quick. Let's get the facts straight. Yeah. Hey, Keith. Hey, John. So, straight up, Lou Gehrig's ALS. Official cause? Still unknown. No single smoking gun. But head trauma? There's smoke. Back in 1939, docs just called it Lou Gehrig's disease. No real why. Fast forward, studies from like 2010 on. Yeah, researchers found pros with tons of concussion. Gehrig got clocked hard multiple times. Showed ALS-like symptoms tied to CTE, that brain scarring things from hits. Some even said maybe he didn't have classic ALS, but a trauma version. Latest stuff, 2025 paper, says, yeah, TBI bumps ALS risk big time, short term, like double or triple. But here's the twist. Some think trauma might be an early sign of ALS starting, not the cause. like the disease makes you clumsy, so you get hit more. Reverse causality. Bottom line, not proven Gehrig's was from baseball beating, but it's not ruled out. Makes you think.
Dude, I did not know that, Johnny. You just taught me something this morning. I did not know that.
I missed a lot of what she said, but I think she said recently they found that there could be some connections. Is that what she said?
Yeah, so no, you're right. Recently, it's recently it's that it's the thought process is that I'm just looking here. Yeah, so not proven Gehrig's was from baseball beatings, but it's not ruled out. And oh yeah, here it was reverse causality. I'm just looking at my notes here. It says here. But here's the twist. Some think trauma might be an early sign of ALS starting, not the cause. Like the disease makes you clumsier, so you get hit more, which is reverse causality. But I got to be honest, man, I did not know. So I knew Lou played a hard game, but I didn't realize that there was some speculation, or there is speculation that Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS, might have some linkage to CTE. I did not know that until you shared that with me, man. So that's
like when you think of Lou Gehrig's, like if you were just, if I said to you, what happens to someone's body with this? How would you summarize it in one sentence, not run-on sentence?
Oh, I would say that. So my memory of Lou Gehrig was he was debilitated. He couldn't speak. He couldn't feed himself. Yeah. He was very clearly was disabled.
Which is obviously to some nature nerve, right?
Yes, yes.
It goes right to the head. So
yes,
you'd have to imagine that having your bell rung and getting beat up all the time, and keep in mind in those days, they didn't understand when you got knocked out that you were a major risk for the next time you got hit hard.
I know. Here's what
you find that in it's tragic stories where. Like last night, one of our friends was telling a story about one of their boys that played rugby. One of the teammates got in a tournament, got knocked unconscious.
Okay.
And this is back when they just didn't understand the danger. So he played the next fucking day, took another hit, and he fucking died.
Oh my goodness. Well, brother, I just got to look at my brother across the camera here. And I know we've talked about it a few times, and you've been very upfront about your own life, and I know you've had your bell rung a few times. So it's so what we don't know about what happens up here, right? Like really, what we don't know and how we keep learning every single day. And you've talked about the universe and energy so many times as well. Here's what's crazy. He passed yesterday, the 20th anniversary of his first appearance on the show that made him famous, Grey's Anatomy.
Interesting.
Again, you talk about the universe lining up, right? So is that a message to humanity and society that, hey, so John, you talk purpose, right? A young man dying of a disease that we're still learning about, and he dies on an anniversary of something that he started. Like, was the point of his existence to be the vessel for this conversation you and I are having right now? And I'm serious, right? Because it goes back to you when you talk about energy and purpose and universe, and there's just so much lining up with this that we're not talking about this today, and creating awareness around this. Has this not happened? So, but I'm telling you, man, that Lou Gehrig thing, when I watched a young man growing up, it really struck me because it's like, I don't want to have that happen to me.
Yeah. Well, I think what it comes down to is as we learn more about the limitations or what the limitations should be.
Yes.
Then we can protect, there's some parts of the human anatomy, let's say, that are a little more fragile than we gave credit for a while.
Absolutely. Yep. 100%. Hey, so we got a segment on the show called Dumb Shit Award or I Need a Hero. I found a fun cop yesterday who was not being very successful at stopping a suspect in the car. So
I thought you said I found a young cock yesterday. Well, where is this motherfucker going with this today? Oh my God.
So when I saw this video, I thought this was actually quite brilliant. So Kai, Jimmy, let's get this one ready. So if you're a cop and you can't stop a car, I'm wondering why more cops don't do this. In today's I Need a Hero award, this guy, so what does he do? He slashes the guy's tires. It's actually brilliant. So the guy can't move away. Like, watch this. So Jimmy, check. Let's play this. This is committed, man. Like, so look, he's like, okay, the guy's not stopping. I'm not going to shoot him. Like, it seems like every other cop does these days. So he goes and punctures his tires, and he can't move. Like, that is freaking brilliant, Anderson. Like, honest to God, that's a brilliant move.
You realize it's not easy just to fucking poke a knife through a tire either.
I know.
And I would love to see what type of apparatus he's got in his hand. Is it designed for that? That was not a fucking pocket knife. I guarantee you.
Yes, but my point was
that was not a Swiss Army knife.
I'm celebrating this because too many times we've seen too many situations where the cop pulls the gun out and starts shooting. This guy's like, wait a minute, I can use my brain, my MacGyver brain, and just slash these tires and achieve the same result. I thought that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, actually. So, speaking of cool, dude, I saw something last night which I want to share with you. I think you'd think this is really neat too. So if you woke, so you know the world right now is struggling for power. You know, we need electricity for all these AI data centers, and the world needs energy. And you know, some are talking wind energy, traditional energy. Well, some dudes in China invented something pretty damn freaking cool, man. So I saw this yesterday and I was like, nah, that doesn't go up in the air. And I'm like, holy shit, it does. So imagine living in a community with this hanging over your community. Kai, let's run this segment on this big invention that this guy's invented in China that I think is going to make its way around the world here. This new power source.
China tested a flying wind balloon. It's a tethered power station, S-2000.
Helium airship, 12 turbines inside. It flies at 2,000 meters. Power rides a 2,000-meter cable.
Reported test made 385 kilowatt hour. Cool, but that tether is an aviation nightmare. Storms and repairs decide if it's real.
This is really neat. I got to show this to you, man. Like this. Look at this. Look how freaking big that is, man. So that goes up in the sky, and it has a 2,000-foot cable attached to it, like a power cable, and it runs to the grid. But that thing hangs up in the sky, Johnny, and just generates power. That thing's massive.
What that is, that's basically just a fucking modern day windmill.
Yeah, but flying in the sky, right? So
totally. I mean, it's obviously a windmill's on a big fucking post or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
Motherfuckers up there with cables to keep it from getting away.
Yeah.
But, because the windmill, most people don't know, windmills they're not very. They're I don't know. I think if you looked at them over like a 30-year span, they don't really pencil out.
Well, it's interesting you say that because there's some rumblings around that, right? Which is windmills are actually perhaps more useless than we think they are.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, when those things started going up everywhere.
Yeah.
We know this, but a government contractor was making a fucking bank.
Yep. I've been wondering the same thing because you see these windmills everywhere, and it's interesting because you're right. There's now speculation that they're not as beneficial as we think they are. But I just thought this was really just kind of fascinating, because I know you're fascinated like I am about engineering. That's an engineering marvel, man. That's pretty cool.
Dude, government contracts can be really fucking crazy. And I don't know how true this is. This is but I know the concept is true.
Yes.
So I got a Humvee, like a true Humvee, There's some pictures of it,
Yeah.
And somehow, I don't know how this information landed in my lap, but what the government was what the government was paying
the
company to make these things.
Yes.
Was about probably 5 times what it should have been.
Yes.
And they're fucking pumping these things out fucking left and right. They're all over the place, obviously. So you figure somebody in I don't know, in politics was able to deem we need all of this equipment and this is what we're going to pay for it. And the contractors are thinking, oh, this is fucking great because I can make this for 30 grand and I'm going to get paid $250 for it.
Yes.
And that's I mean, dude, that's like fucking war in a nutshell. We go to war and some fucking government contractor gets just crazy paid.
Dude,
windmills have got to fit into that somehow.
Confession time from the Uncle Keith this morning. So, Johnny, when I was growing ICUC, we may have gotten a few government contracts. I may have flown to Ottawa a few times to sit in the room across from the contract creator to create the contract based on what we were building so that we could win the contract. It's just
You get yourself connected with the right person. It's just like windfall time.
It's actually ridiculous. You're so right. Right. So I'm sitting across from this lady. We got along quite well. She loved what we were doing. And so what's my job done? The job to remove all the barriers for her so she can be successful. Think about that. It's just human nature. I make her look good. Her boss looks good. Then everybody else's boss looks good. So she's like, well, wait a minute. If you can do all this for me, why would I go look for others? I'm like, exactly. So we created the contract together. She's like, is this enough? I'm like, yeah, that worked for us. And we sign off on it. And it goes to tender, Johnny. Tender. But I've written the contract based on what we deliver. It's and then it just goes on forever. It just goes on forever.
Yeah. Well, I think I told you when I was in my first windfall company.
Yeah.
My painting company. We actually were working for Lucasfilms.
Okay. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah.
And so, of course, they test you out. They come and give you a few different little jobs, and they're still pretty big. But if you do a good job, they just kind of want people that they just call. And so, the second year, maybe the third year, we've done a really good job.
Yeah.
And the guy basically just tells me, he goes, look, yes, it's my job to spend the budget.
Yes.
And I have to spend this much money on painting on the ranch. And it was a fucking astounding amount of money. And he's like, look, start giving me bids on all these buildings you see, because I have to get all of this I need all of this spent before the end of the year. I was like, holy Christ. It was like, he's like, don't, charge what you need to charge, deliver the work you're doing. He didn't care. It was his job to spend.
Bingo. I find it often in business, we forget as humans that somebody's job is to make somebody else look good. So for example, your job actually is just to make your boss, your customer at that time, to look good. That's it. If you make him look good, then that money's going to keep flowing to it. You think about the logics of humanity. That's it, right? If you make him look good nonstop, you'll work forever, because he's like, well, fuck, man, John's taking care of me. I'm looking good because of it. My career is accelerating because of John. Why would I stop working with John? I find that gets often lost in business, which is the whole idea.
There was one building we were doing.
Yeah.
And it was like, I had this fucking massive bid for it.
Yeah.
It was probably double what I would have normally charged. But I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't even know how to give this many big bids.
You just say yes because you figure it out.
So of course, so I just started fucking pumping shit up, and I'm finding extra shit that I can put in there that'll make the jobs better.
Yes.
One of them had like, $35,000 of scaffolding. And keep in mind, like $100,000 painting job, a big fucking job.
Yes. Yes.
And there's like $30-some thousand of scaffolding in the bid. And he goes, no, we'll handle that. He just took that out, but didn't change the fucking price.
Oh. Right?
Yeah, so we'll handle the scaffolding. You'll get it done faster if we do that part.
Bingo.
And I'm okay. And I'm expecting so we'll just take that. No, there was no line item removal in the bottom line.
So then you're saying to yourself, shit, you charge $70,000 for scaffolding.
I'm just at that point, my mind is like, okay, well, fuck. Because keep in mind with a situation like that, my mind was deliver.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, what the fuck else am I going to do to this building?
Yes.
Fucking make it look that much better. I've already fucking pulled out all the stops. I don't even know what the fuck to do other than, take the money.
Hey, I got to pause here. I got to do a quick little pause, have some fun. Hey, so Johnny, somebody this morning, hey team, I got to make some noise here. I got to pause here because somebody this morning I know decided, Johnny, to get up out of bed this morning. Good morning, my love. I'm sending a celebration to my beautiful love, Lauren. I was downstairs in the gym this morning, and I'm like, oh, you're up. Johnny, she got up, didn't roll over, hit the snooze button. She got up and got after it, so I have to tease her because she's been having some struggles the last few days.
Lauren's a snoozer? Terry's a snoozing machine, so I'm not judging.
Well, I don't know if she's a snoozer per se, as it's like it's just not time to get up yet. So it's like maybe it's like redefining. Maybe it's like Terry.
That's what I said, Terry. I don't know why you have that fucking alarm set for 7:30.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
All you fucking do is roll over and turn it off.
I walk in to wake Lauren up at 5:10, Johnny. The alarm's going off. Exact same thing as Terry probably. I'm like, well, why is it going off? Because you're rolling over anyway. It's like, you know,
it's the repeating the same process every day, thinking tomorrow will be different is what kills me.
She's in the comments right now. I think if the four of us traveled, I can only imagine how the four of us traveling. Our wives would be sleeping all the time, or getting in the cars would be late, driving fast somewhere, and you and I would just be holding fort. Just kind of go.
Yeah, so when we travel together, there's always going to be because she doesn't sleep well outside of our houses, right?
Oh, so no kidding. Yeah.
There will always be 2 beds, preferably 2 bedrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Sleep, in a hotel, never sleep in the same fucking bed. What about you guys?
So we sleep in the same bed, 100%. I think when we're traveling in the hotel, it's different routine. So it's been a few years since we've been in a hotel together because of my new routine here. But we've same room for sure, same room. I haven't experienced that yet.
We were staying with my brother over Christmas. Yeah. We haven't stayed with him in a long time because he was his family and his wife, and now he's alone in his house. So we're basically getting settled in. And he goes, because there's one little like apartment over on one side, and I was like, I'll go in there, and then he wasn't quite realizing that we were basically picking 2 different rooms. He said, there's another side of the house. There's these 2 bedrooms. You can use that to put your stuff. And Terry's like, no, I'll just take that one. And he was not quite realizing that we were on opposite sides of the house.
That's funny. Hey, speaking of quotes, back to quotes for a second, Anderson. I'm suspecting you have been here like I have because it was presented to me yesterday. When you don't want somebody's business, you give an outlandish quote because if they take it, you're like, oh, okay, I guess we're going to make some cake on this one. I've been looking for some developers to help us build out Conversation OS, and I've been out there looking for quotes and talking to folks. And I got one yesterday. I fell off my chair and I got back up and I'm like, okay, so you don't want my business, right? I love you guys, but I get it. But sometimes you're like, oh, that doesn't seem realistic. But it's like that tease of I really don't want the business. You've been there before, have you not?
Yeah, and I actually now have totally been there.
Yeah.
And now I won't even do that. Meaning that if I'm the one, if I don't want the fucking business, I won't even fucking put a retarded number up.
Yeah. Well, and if they're tuning in this morning, because they've been tuning in out of the show lately, I appreciate you guys and I appreciate the work you put into it. But I giggled when I saw the quote because I'm like, no, okay, but I get it, and I've been there too. It's like you don't know enough, so you put a number down, and if somebody says yes, you're like, okay, I guess we're working towards it. Speaking of yes, hey, you and I have been talking about this a lot last couple of weeks. Sterling Preston, what's up with X is finally launching their in-app stock and crypto trading in the feed with cash smart tags. Let's run it, guys.
X is about to drop in-app stock and crypto trading. Smart cash tags, your doom scroll becomes a brokerage.
Unbelievable. Tap a ticker, see charts, then buy or sell right there. They've got TradingView and eToro, but processing's still vague.
This is the guy everything app move, like WeChat. Social heat plus money buttons is a dangerous mix, so stay sharp.
Makes me nervous, actually, because you're going to have every bro on the planet scrolling their X feed, and you're going to be able to tap ticker symbols. Symbols, Johnny, in posts and view real-time price data, charts, and related discussions with buy and sell buttons. So
why is that scary for you?
Well, so it's scary for me because I think there's going to be a lot of, I'll just call it, a lot of young bros, like especially the gambling world. So now we've talked about gambling, how it's basically everywhere now. I think this is just going to make a lot of dudes go down a path where they don't have more money, or they're following a bro who says this. So listen, you know me well enough. I'm not about censorship. I'm all about free speech and freedom of choice. This makes me nervous just knowing what it's probably going to do to society, and it's just going to be interesting to see how it happens.
So you're more really, if you had to take it all the way down, it'd be you're more worried about the uneducated impulse buying.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you for that. That's exactly it. Yeah, like I can just see a bunch of boys.
I can understand that because people get swayed by hype very easily.
Yes. Yes, and this now being so easy in your hand, maybe you just did something and your dopamine is spiking. You're now on X. You see something and Johnny's hyping something up. Oh, I gotta buy that. And next thing you know, a few days later, it's down. So I don't know. It's going to be a fascinating exercise, actually. And then
does this mean that his X money is close by too?
Yeah, 100%, absolutely. Yeah,
he's all moving this around. He's got to be close to
all coming into view. Yeah,
it's supposed. I don't know. The Chinese have it. It's like there's one app and they can fucking do everything.
Yes. Well, so Johnny, this move follows Elon's confirmation that X money will enter limited beta within the next couple of months. I'm going. So they've secured money transmitter licenses in over 40 U.S. states, and Visa is going to do their peer-to-peer payments, roughly serving 700 million users. I'm going to say over the next, I will speculate by this time next year, we will be talking that this is actually happening out there, where you and I can be trading money on X along the way.
And then the crypto people. They're waiting to find out which, I guess you'd say, which tracks. So
yes. Yes.
All these different cryptos have different ways of transferring money back and forth at very low cost.
Yes.
So then which one is he actually using? Because that set of tracks or that crypto should blow up.
Yeah, we don't know yet. We know, I know he was pumping Dogecoin for a while there, but hey, real MTB addict, what's going on, my friend? Welcome to the show. You're joining Mornings and Live with Keith and John. We get up and get after it live every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time on mitl.live, morningsinthelab.live. You can find our live stream there. You can post your proof. You can come check in. There's a poll there. There's some questions there. There's a lot of fun there. We're having some great conversation this morning, and welcome to the show. Hey, Johnny, also, here's something interesting too. I think this is actually quite fascinating. Where is it here? So Jurassic Park, wolves. Thinking, what? There's a company in Texas, de-extincting animals, and they're wolves. Sterling, Preston, let's throw this on the table.
Colossal Biosciences is a de-extinction biotech. They say they've raised 3 dire wolves, now grown. The 3 are Romulus, Remus, Khaleesi. On a 2,000-acre managed site, staff says they've moved from small prey to deer. They opened a Dallas de-extinction HQ to scale it. Next, more pups and a UAE-backed biovault storing DNA from 10,000 species.
How do you feel about this? This is
the gears are moving slow, so I'm just making sure I follow this. So
yeah, exactly.
Basically got this, contained area, and they've got these fucking wolves that are now taking fucking prey that are bigger than they are.
Well, and they brought them back to life, so they were extinct, but they bioengineered them, and Romulus, Remus. So basically,
these are ones that in essence shouldn't belong in this time.
Correct. That's exactly correct. Yes.
I missed that part of it. Now, so in like an extreme, if this was extreme, it would be like they brought back Tyrannosaurus Rex.
So that's why I was joking about the Jurassic Park thing, because it's very much that. Now, this company is a UAE-backed biovault initiative and so Colossal's pairing de-extinction ambitions, like what they're doing here in America, with conservation infrastructure, including an initiative in Dubai where they're looking to store genetic material from more than 10,000 species at Dubai's Museum of the Future. So, but this is just those real world reminders that big ideas still have to come down to sustainable systemic process, right? Controlled environments, repeatable milestones, and then all these steps to make it happen. But the point is they're making this happen. So with wolves, who knows what they bring in the future?
So we're worried about fucking AI coming alive.
Yes.
In actuality, we got to worry about some motherfucker bringing back a prehistoric fucking killer. It's going to start wiping. Next thing you know, we're going to have fucking footage of some big fucking creature moving down city streets, wiping out shit, just like the movies from this King Kong and shit like this.
I don't think that's too unrealistic. Well, it's just like, okay, good segue then. AI executives are warning that white collar automation could accelerate within months. Jimmy, let's run this one. I want to talk about this one.
2 CEOs just put a countdown on your inbox. One says 1 to 5 years, another says 12 to 18 months. Amade says entry level gets hit first. Suleiman says most computer tasks go. That's the ladder snapping at the bottom.
If you're in law, finance, marketing, consulting, or code, stop chasing tasks.
Own outcomes. Direct, judge quality, use AI.
I see your comments, Kai and Melissa. Hey, so I've been talking about this a lot lately, and I don't disagree with this. And this is where I think humans, especially in the white collar world, are still missing out. And that's just because I think it's head in the sand syndrome. If you don't want to know about it, you don't pay attention to it. But there are a lot of white collar jobs, Johnny, that are going to be gone in the next few years. And I'll just say this straight up fact to you. How do I know? Because I'm the guy creating the agents to replace them.
Well, it's already happening.
It is. It absolutely is. Yeah.
I mean, it's like
but there's still a lot of ignorance, John. There's sort of catch up. There's still a lot of ignorance from people that I talk to. Like, oh no. I'm like, well, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's two schools of the thought. I mean, there's the white collar jobs that'll just be gone, and then there's the white collar jobs that will have to learn to adapt to use the technology to keep their job. But it's like this is like a fucking leak in a dam.
Yes.
Once you see water coming out of fucking dam, you better start clearing out all the towns and cities that are downstream, because stopping that motherfucker is almost impossible.
Yes. Well, and guys, don't run this opener here, because I'll just segue to it. Sam Altman is saying that AI will hurt some software firms as agent platforms shake the sector. Now, again, you and I have grown up with these tools that we've been using for the last 15, 20 years. And a lot of them are these dashboards and so forth. Much of that is also going to go away, and that's freaking people out, because it's like me saying to you, okay, we're no longer going to use a hammer anymore. Well, what are we going to use to build the house? Well, there's new tools coming. So it's massive change, and it's massive change happening relatively fast, and that speed is what is really what's faking people out. Speaking about faking people out, freaking people out, John. Have you watched a lot of the Toy Story franchise at all?
No.
Your kids were. So I'm thinking about your kids, because we're on Toy Story 5 right now. I don't even know how long Toy Story has been out, actually, but Toy Story 5 is coming out. And Johnny, Woody has a visible bald spot. Let's talk about it, Sterling and Preston. Okay, let's not talk about it. 1995. Holy smokes, 1995
Did you see the trailer
was
for that massive new toy movie? The famous cowboy has a bald spot, and it is a huge wake-up call for every dad.
The studio just made the villain a literal glowing tablet. We are officially competing with a piece of glass for our kids' attention.
The cowboy is fighting for relevance because the kid would rather scroll than play.
He is becoming obsolete. And if you are not careful, you are too.
This is not just an animated movie. It is about presence. Are you stepping up as the favorite toy or letting a screen do your parenting?
The tablet never gets tired. It doesn't need a break. You do. You actually have to show up.
Put the phone down and get in the arena with your kids.
Or enjoy a bald spot while a smart device raises them.
Be the hero of their story, not a background character. Mornings in the Lab, 8 a.m. EST, YouTube, X, and LinkedIn.
Appreciate this, because the villain in this one, John, the first one was in 95. So the villain in this one is the iPad, which is the screen time. So it's actually quite fascinating, right? Because they introduced the movie in 95, 700,000 years ago, and now the recent one coming out this year, it's going to be the 5th version. The villain is now screen time for our children, right? So it's actually an interesting metaphor, because it's like telling kids.
Because what's going to happen, dude? This is what I believe.
Tell me.
Is that, like, right now, or let's say right now, along our timeline of human history,
yes,
we found all these different, call it addicts, drug addicts.
Yes.
Like, you see, like, massive ones go through different type. Like the Chinese had a massive opiate addiction at one point.
Yes.
Well, basically, what is you're addicted to something that's basically taking you away from reality. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, screen time is going to be. We're going to have this. It's going to be viewed upon worse than fucking drugs at some point, because you're just one of those fucking humans that sits in front of a screen and doesn't live life in reality. You live life in this, reality that you're climbing into that screen versus climbing into a high.
Well, so there's a few things happening. I would say to you that so right now, literally as we are speaking, infinite scrolling is under attack in Congress. So Zuckerberg has been there all week to testifying, and I'm being serious. Like the infinite scroll, which was part of the apps you and I have been using for the last 20 years, like the idea of the infinite scroll being infinite, that is under attack, being portrayed the same way big tobacco was being portrayed 20 years ago.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So the infinite scroll is they're positioning as that's the addiction. Right. So you as the human, when you do that pull down and it refreshes and it gives you the infinite scroll. Well, that's what Congress is actually fighting the app makers, which is saying you got to eliminate or you got to warn the user that there's an infinite scroll that will addict you. And Instagram and Facebook and Zuckerberg and those guys are saying, no, it's not addictive. Again, it's the big tobacco fight, Johnny. You're not far off with how you're positioning it. Like
you already see it.
Yeah, 100%. But
you see fucking kids that get their fucking phone, and they're just, and you can't nothing you're going to say is going to break them away from that.
Yes,
you take their phone away, and they fucking freak out.
So what is happening, and it's like you said, like the dam breaking, and it's slowly happening around all of us now, is the glasses that are becoming smart enabled with screens in them and so forth. So I will suggest over time we're going to be doing less of this, and I'm going to be looking at you, but you're going to know that you're going to know that my state of presence.
Yeah, well, there's no difference. It's just a different form of so you switch from fucking heroin to cocaine. Great for you.
Well, so it's interesting, John, because I'm glad we're talking this because there's going to be a state of presence. So I'll be looking at you and you might have like a glow around your glasses that I know that you're not in my state of human presence, that you're maybe in a state of connected presence. I know it's bizarre, but you can actually stand back and think about it. Because you say, okay, I can see Keith now so right now, you know that I'm looking at my screen because I'm looking down at my screen. Well, tomorrow you're like, okay, I see that Keith is only 30% present with me because there's a blue glow around his eyes. He's in the fucking internet world right now. There's going to be some social societal changes happening over the next 15 years. Apple's got their glasses launching next year. Meta's got a new set. The Meta ones that I've talked to before are taking off. Like they're selling extremely well. So, and it's just going to be one of those things we're all going to wake up with cameras and earpieces. And then Apple has a new product they're launching apparently in the next 6 weeks, an always-on pendant with cameras and microphones that are capturing everything around you to suck it into your iPhone that will connect with your glasses. So, dude, the next 5 years of physical tech is going to change very rapidly. Presence is going to be I wanted to catch there while you're yawning. The presence is going to be redefined over the next few years. The idea of presence.
Well, what is it? The best present you can give someone is your presence.
Is your presence. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Mark Andreessen says that Elon Musk is the last true quote unquote builder CEO, and it shows. Let's run this clip, guys.
If you build sauce, listen up. Agents are turning features into commodities. Altman says some firms are getting smoked.
This isn't hype. It's permissions and shared context. Frontier and Cowork want to govern fleets of agents across your systems.
So bet on workflow outcomes and
of people like that, Andrew Mellon, those guys, Cornelius Vanderbilt, like those guys ran very similar to the way that Elon runs things. And it's just this like, the top line thing is just this incredible devotion from the leader of the company to fully, deeply understand what the company does and to be, completely knowledgeable about every aspect of it and to be in the trenches and talking directly to the people who do the work, deeply understanding the issues and, being the lead problem solver in the organization. And basically what Elon does is he shows up every week at each of his companies. He identifies the biggest problem that the company's having that week and he fixes it. Right. And then he does that every week for 52 weeks in a row. And then each of his biggest companies has solved the 52 biggest problems that year, like in that year. And, most other large companies are still having the planning meeting, for the pre-planning meeting, for the board meeting, for the presentation, for the this, for the, with the compliance review and the legal review. And he's just like, it's this level of both like incredible intellectual capability coupled with incredible force of personality, moral authority, execution capability, focus on fundamentals, that is just like really amazing to watch. And then, by the way, the side effect of it is he attracts, many of the best people in the world to work with him. Because if you work with Elon, like the expectations are through the roof in terms of your level of performance, and he is going to know who you are, and he is going to know what you've done, and he's going to know what you've done this week, and he's going to know if you're underperforming, and he may fire you in the meeting if you're not carrying your weight. But if you are as committed to the company as he is and working hard and capable, many people who have worked for him say that they had the best experience of their lives when they were working for him.
Let's kill it, Jimmy. So here's the question he asked, because I think that probably the single biggest question in all of business right now is why don't more CEOs operate the way that he does? And John, you and I have talked about this a little bit before, but isn't that just an obvious question? Like, why don't more CEOs operate the way? Like, if you're an investor in big company ABC, aren't you saying why are you not operating like that guy?
Because they're not playing to win. As a CEO, I've never been in a boardroom meeting. I'm just looking at human psychology.
Yes.
If I'm the guy making decisions and I make the fucking wrong decision, my shit's in trouble. So I want to make these, fairly, I don't know what I'm struggling for my words here. I want to make decisions that are going to move the needle forward, but not put myself in a position where I make a decision that could really fuck shit up, as to where Elon is like, I'm fucking throwing hatchets every day. Some are going to fucking work and some are not.
Yes.
But he's not afraid to call it.
Yes. No, he's not afraid.
I was listening to, I think it was Dan Pena.
Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe it was somebody heavy in real estate. Right. And he was saying how way back when you could get these big fucking deals funded, right, very quickly, because it wasn't this series of fucking people that didn't want to make decisions, because they this guy doesn't sign off on something because it's got to be signed off by a certain time. He's just looking at the date. Well, I can pass this decision down to the next guy that works in the shift after me, and all they're doing is they're just avoiding decision making, because they know they make a decision that's fucking wrong, they're going to lose their fucking job. So they're not playing to win. They're basically playing defense, not offense.
Well, and I think that begs a bigger question, and we're going to bring Petro into the conversation here in 2 minutes, because then why? I wonder why more shareholders, more investors aren't putting more pressure on CEOs to act more like Elon and to make decisions instead of accepting, okay, you're going to a boardroom meeting to go prepare for the next boardroom meeting. Like, at some point, is somebody just passing bullshit along the way, which is just, it becomes like a bullshit.
How much pressure can an investor put on someone directly in that?
Well, I guess that's a fair question too. Yes.
Yeah. You could say whatever the fuck you want. You think that your voice is going to get back to?
Well, actually, I've been there. I've been in those meetings when I was part of the corporate world there, and I was trying to yip, and it'd go in.
Yeah. Nobody fucking cares what you got to say. You're only there because they think they make you think that they make you think they're going to listen.
Well, I was only there, John, because I delivered the results every quarter, and I was their cocaine addiction, because they could, and I'm being serious here. They knew they could count on me every quarter to give them what they wanted, and I delivered. And it was a nonstop thing. And then the moment I asked questions, it's like, oh no, you got me asking the questions, give us the results. But anyways, hey, we're going to keep this conversation going. We're going to do Johnny, I'm going to do a reset hour 2 here. I'm not giving you a lifestyle tip. You take yourself a little break. You'll do an reset hour 2 and come back with BS or no BS with Dr. John Petruccelli this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Let's do it, guys. I'm being a good co-host to my brother from another mother. The guy I love so much, John Anderson, he got up and got his lifestyle tip probably wouldn't be a good one, Jimmy, or it wouldn't be a really good one. It's like, you go take care of yourself, and we'll get after it with Petro here, and we'll just do a little quick off on hour 2 this morning. I want to keep the chat going with Petro, the professor bullshit on why more CEOs aren't like Elon, and if too many of us are caught with that bullshit tax on just trying to pass bullshit around the office, and maybe everybody's success it's that feeling of fakeness. Or it's like, well, that guy said it. Maybe it's true. So we don't make decisions. I don't know. Hey, guys, first hour, we had some fun. We talked about, what would we get into? We taught Spartacus how to check into the show. We did. Yeah, mitl.live. Go check into the show, guys. Morningsinthelab.live, mitl.live. Come check in. Come say hello. Come show us your proof that you're listening to the show. You checked in, you got up, you got after it, and maybe you didn't even hit the snooze button. Guys, we talked about Eric Dane, unfortunate passing this morning. I'm going to ask Petro about that as well in a couple minutes. Young man, young dude. He lost. He passed yesterday after a battle with ALS, 53 years old. X is launching stock trading, and we're going to get into some BS or no BS. And then, hey, bottom of the hour, 53 is not a number. It's a mirror. I'm taking off some. I'm going to take this piece off of the untimely death of Eric Dane at the bottom of the hour. And then Maya Reyes is joining us, talk systems, steadiness, and the courage to be misunderstood. Guys, let's get into it. Hour 2 starts right now.
Men, if success feels fake, you're not broken. High achievers doubt themselves, even with proof.
That doubt feeds the status trap. Fake leaders exploit it, stealing credit, dodging blame, and performing confidence.
And bullshit keeps the machine running. It's an image sale, not truth, and it drains you.
The main tool is jargon. It fogs the room, kills clarity, and then trust collapses. So here's the quick test. If you say synergy and can't name the work, you're hiding. Cut the bullshit. Speak plain.
If that stung, good. Professor of Bullshit is here, and we're running the audit together right now.
Anderson, we got Petro here, and he's dressed appropriately. What's he reading today? He's reading what today? What do you got? What are you reading?
Oh, I got one of the best magazines out there, Skeptical Inquirer.
Are you serious? Is that actually a publication?
I got a subscription, baby.
It's actually, no kidding, the Skeptical Inquirer. It's actually a publication.
Yeah. It says the magazine for science and reason since 1976.
So I'm going to suspect everything in there is skeptical. Am I right?
Oh yeah, but it also goes into all of the it sort of debunks all of the pseudoscience.
Yeah.
And replaces it with reason and evidence.
Nice. Speaking of reason and evidence, Anderson, are you feeling better today because Petro's dressed properly for our show here today?
Oh yeah, it wasn't anything about me feeling good or bad. It was just kind of an epiphany of interest of how just like a social experiment of how someone's appearance could alter the uptake of the information from the person that's teaching.
I love it. Good morning, Cheryl. Cheryl Whitaker joining us here this morning in the comments. Good to see you out there. Hey, Petra, before we get into a conversation about just bullshit, and I want to kind of play off of the Elon Musk thing we were talking about. Eric Dane, 53, ALS, young man, legacy. Thoughts on that, Petra, when you hear that? Because it's same age as us, man. Same age as us, three guys here. Young, Petro. Super young.
Yeah, it's sad. But I think, sort of made it purposeful, though. I think he made his life purposeful with, sort of bringing awareness.
Yeah.
About the disease. But yeah, that was kind of shocking. I mean, yeah, he was Mr. Handsome. I mean, McSteamy.
Yes. Yeah. And
right?
I think that's kind of part of it too, is that, we as society get so caught up on image and looks, and this fellow battled a disease that was very debilitating, ALS. Right. So it's, and again, today we wake up on a day at 53, 54 years old, just looking in the mirror and maybe asking ourselves some questions. So, but hey, Petro, I want to continue the chat that we ended the first hour with, which was, Mark Andreessen said, why don't more CEOs in America act like Elon? And I want to take this down the path of, are there too many men, women, humans at work just eating each other's bullshit? Is it as simple as that, Petro, where, You know, we go into a board meeting, I feed you bullshit, you feed Anderson bullshit, and the next thing you know, decisions just aren't made, where it's just a big world of bullshit going everywhere?
Well, absolutely. I think it is rare because I think there's a discomfort with the truth. There's discomfort with reality, and there's sort of a preference for just a happy, utopia within an organization.
Yes,
everything is going a-okay, and there are no problems. That feels more comfortable than the truth. And so the CEOs, from CEOs to bottom level managers, I think there's oftentimes this fear of the truth, and so there's a lean into bullshit, but that doesn't solve any problems.
No,
solve any problems. And there are a few. Sort of Elon Musk's before Elon Musk, and when they turn to sort of promoting a culture of truth within the organization, things turned around. Massively. So there's my favorite story about this is Alan Mulally, who was CEO of Ford Motor Company.
Okay. Yeah.
So 2006, in September 2006, when he took over as CEO, Ford Motor Company was not doing well at all. They were actually on track to lose $17 million that year.
Yes.
Under his direction, they actually only lost $12 billion. They avoided government bailout loans, and they actually started making cars that people actually wanted. And he completely turned it around. But the first thing he did was to implement a business plan review meeting every Thursday in the Thunderbird room in Ford Motor Company. All of the executives were required to attend, and he asked to report their status, progress, plan. Reporting their status said, I want you to use a 3-color coding scheme. I want you to use green if everything is on track, on progress, going well. Yellow if there's maybe some potential problems, but there's a relatively obvious solution to the problem. Everything's under control. And red if there's definitely a problem and there's no readily obvious solution to it. And for the first 8 weeks, all of the executives displayed green for their status. Like everything was just great, right?
Bullshit.
It was bullshit, right? But Mulally stood up and he said, you know what? This isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. It's impossible. We're on track to lose $17 billion.
And all of you guys are giving me green.
Yes.
But then in that 8th week, there was one executive that finally, he was actually Mark Fields was the president of the Americas of Ford Motor Company. He was in charge of running launching the new Ford Edge.
Yeah.
And there was a problem with the suspension. Nobody could explain it. And Mark Fields started taking cars off of the line because, they clearly were not going to make the deadline. And Mark Fields was the first executive after 8 weeks to display a red light in that business plan review meeting. And all of the executives sitting around thinking, this Mark Fields guy, he's gone. He's toast, because it was very bureaucratic, factionalistic culture. But that's not what happened. Instead, there was clapping.
Promoted him.
Coming from one end of the Thunderbird room.
Really?
It was Alan Mulally. He said, finally, somebody had enough courage to note that, hey, we've got a problem here. Somebody had enough interest in the truth. And that was what a lot of analysts, including Bryce Hoffman, who wrote a great book called American Idol on Alan Mulally, said that was the real turnaround and sort of a severe economic downturn for Ford Motor Company in 2006. Well, but it was a focus on truth.
Yeah.
Reality, not this rosy sort of bullshit that everybody seems
just kicking the fucking can down the road, just buying another week.
Well, that's exactly it, Anderson.
Yeah.
It's funny because I got a note here in front of me, and I think Petra, you've talked about this before, but like Harry Frankfurt, the philosopher, his core idea is that bullshit. And I think about this now, and I think about Andreessen talking about Elon, and I think about what you just said, and I think about just corporate North America. Bullshit is aimed at impressing or persuading without real concern for whether it's true. And it's right, Anderson. I go into a meeting with you, I check my boxes, make you feel good. Okay, I got out of the meeting. They bought my bullshit. I'm around for another month. And it just happens time and time again, doesn't it, Petro?
It's like the guy that doesn't want to sign off on the deal because he doesn't want his signature on the deal if it blows up. So he just pushes it to the next guy at the next CEO shift or however it works, so that he's on the hook because at some point the deadline of that signature is there. And that's what whoever I was listening to was explaining. That signature is going to go down the fucking last day every time because nobody wants to be on the hook for signing off on it unless they're forced to.
Yeah. And this kind of feeds into that status trap that you were talking about.
Yeah.
So people at the top, they play this role and they confuse sort of the position with substance, right? With playing the role of leader as opposed to
being the leader.
Getting boots on the ground and understanding what's going on in every unit, like you described. Elon Musk is sort of on the ground, so he has direct communication with everyone in the organization, anybody working on any projects, and so he's well aware. There's not just one or two people that are reporting to him every day and then filtering through. So but the problem is when you have you get better at playing the role of leader and sort of always seeming to know and question, and you confuse that with substance and knowledge, and then you're promoted. That trap closes, right? Because now you're supposed to know even more. You're obligated to know even more, and so you play that role. You lean in. It gets deeper because now you have to play this role, which is a deceptive role, as opposed to actually knowing what it is you're doing.
It's actually incredible to me, Anderson, how much money bullshit actually costs organizations. Like, just think about it for a second, Anderson. How many decisions aren't made because of bullshit, or decisions are made because
going back to Elon, as he goes and makes massive decisions every week. See, he doesn't care if the decision fucking fails. He wants to answer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I can't progress unless I figure out if this idea is going to work or not. So let's put it to work this week. Next week, I'll make a different decision.
Yes.
That's what that original clip was, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. He takes 50. Hey, good morning, 1712 Civitar. Why is this guy standing like he's Pat McAfee? No, Pat McAfee's standing like he's me. What are you talking about, 1712? Welcome to the show. You're joining Morning to the Live with Keith and John. And we got our buddy, Dr. John Petricelli, the bullshit professor, on the show here today. We're talking about Elon and the profession of, and we're talking about why too many CEOs and why too many companies live and breathe and follow their own bullshit. So, okay, Petro, why do we think more shareholders or activist shareholders or influential shareholders aren't calling more companies out for their bullshit? What's your opinion on that? Or maybe just through some professional experience with stuff you've worked with, Petro?
Well, calling bullshit can be a real conversation killer. It can cut ties. So I would not advocate for even using the word bullshit, but so the most effective, I think the most effective way is to first sort of set a baseline, to ask questions about things that there's really no reason to bullshit about.
Yeah.
There's no reason to lie about maybe, how many siblings you have, or maybe where you're originally from, or what it is that you do, right? And when you contrast that, though, questions that you suspect maybe they do not know the answers to, and see how they respond to the discomfort of not knowing the answer, especially if they never say, well, I don't know, I need to think more about this, or I need more information before I give you my opinion.
I
never
was
say
part
that.
of those
Those are
conversations,
cute.
Petra. I was part of those conversations back in my own corporate world. People didn't like having those conversations with me.
I know they don't, but they also don't like, probably like saying or for you to say to them, "Hey, that's bullshit," right?
Well, yeah, or okay, so if not using the word bullshit, but asking provocative questions. People don't like being asked provocative questions.
No, if they're not interested in truth, in reality, no, they don't. It's very, it can be very taxing and very exhausting for people to, right? And they'll try to change the subject to something that they do know about, right? So, I think the reason, back to your original question, is it's just discomfort.
I was going to say, these people are avoiding they're avoiding discomfort is all they're doing.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's not discomfortable. We're going to keep this conversation moving here. Did you guys know, this is fascinating to me. Did you know that when a crow feels sick, it goes to an anthill?
Did you know some crows go to anthills on purpose? It is real behavior, and science has a name for it. Anting is when birds deliberately apply ants to their feathers. Crows, ravens, and jays are among the birds documented doing it. Active anting is rubbing ants through the plumage, on purpose. Passive anting is lying on an anthill and letting ants swarm. Many ants used here spray formic acid as a defense. Birds trigger the spray into feathers, not into their mouths. One hypothesis is self-medication, reducing mites, lice, fungi, and bacteria. It is plausible parasite control, but not a magical diagnosis tool. Another hypothesis is food prep, disarming ants before eating them. Experiments in some birds suggest it empties the formic acid sacs first. Anting is documented across many bird species, including corvids, but it supports hypotheses, not a certainty about why every bird does it. So yes, the crow on anthill clip is real, and it is fascinating. That's your today's Did You Know? Back to Keith and John.
That's not bullshit. That's real. I was quite fascinated. I'm always fascinated by interesting stuff. Did you know this, Petro?
Yeah, I did. The ants will also they'll eat mites and other bacteria and things that are going to growing under those feathers. Yeah.
Did you know that, Anderson? Did they wouldn't? Did you know this or not?
It made sense. I thought when they weren't feeling well, they were fucking going to get something to eat. But it makes a lot of sense. The ants are going to feed on the parasites and shit that the birds don't want on them.
Yeah. I was fascinated because I saw this clip and I was like, really? I actually, to be honest, Petra, I thought it was bullshit. And then I went and researched, like, no, it's actually real.
It makes it very logical.
It does. It absolutely does. And it's funny because that's part of it, because it's funny how Mother Nature works. But I just found it fascinating, and it's actually not a bullshit situation, and it's a decision. So we talk about CEOs making a decision. The crow's like, I got to make a decision because I'm sick, so I'm going to go and roll around some ants so the ants can make me healthy, which I thought was which is quite interesting actually.
Yeah, and if the ants happen to bite the bird, then the bird can maybe drop few of those ants at 1,000 feet. Take that, motherfuckers. Just drop them.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Wasn't there something about if you had a really bad like festering wound, that different cultures would put maggots on there because it would eat all of the fucking dead, nasty tissue.
Oh, really?
Same concept.
Oh,
let's ask Grok.
Let's ask Grok. Hey, Grok, did people use maggots for?
You better rephrase that, dude. But is there cultures that have ever done this?
Oh, we lost the connection to Grok. Oh yeah, here we go. Hey, Grok, we've been talking about.
There we go. Moolally calls it out. Look, we're not green. We're bleeding. Stop pretending. And boom, next week, red starts showing up.
No, Grok, you're off. You're not on the topic on that one, Grok. You missed it. We were talking about crows. Grok, we were talking about crows going to ants, and we're wondering, do humans use maggots to help ourselves if we're sick?
Oh, crows? Ants? Maggots? Got it. No, humans don't do the ant thing like crows do. But yeah, we do use maggots. For real. They're yeah, picture this. A foot ulcer, black, oozing. Docs plop a dozen sterile maggots on it, covered with gauze. 24 hours later, they're fat and full of dead.
No kidding. Did you hear that, Johnny? So look at that. You got a big bad foot ulcer, black and oozing. A doc will drop a couple sterile maggots on it, cover it with gauze. 24 hours later, it's gone.
They eat all that shit,
dude.
Yeah, they eat the decomposing flesh. You just got to get them off there once all the nasty shit's gone.
Did not know that, but they use just so they have maggots that are sterile. They pull them out of like a jar or something and put them on Petro and clean it up. I did not know that. That's fascinating to me. Wow.
It's the same concept as the ant with the crow.
Yeah. Hey, John, Petro, did you guys have a plasma TV growing up, or at some point did you get a flat screen TV?
Who doesn't have a flat screen TV?
No, but when did you get a flat screen TV? Do you remember back in 1998, boys? Let's put this clip up here, guys. 1998 was when Philips released its first flat screen television.
Those things were bank too.
Dude, 27. This thing I'm going to show you here, at the time was $15,000. You're going to see this little commercial here, but at the end they put it up. You're right, Johnny. So this thing here was 15 grand. Today would be worth about $27,000. This TV. But I remember when the flat screen started coming out. Look at that, and look how big that thing is, even though it's a flat screen.
It was.
Yeah, I know.
My business partner's wife fucking bought one of those, and he was pissed.
Petro, when did you get your first flat screen?
Oh, it was probably 2010. I mean, we had growing up, we still had that big piece of, it was like a piece of furniture. It was just wooden box.
Yes. No kidding. All right, host, listen, guys, Petro, I want you to stick around after Anderson. I want to talk a little about hockey with you for a couple minutes. But John, before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, look what we found. Steiner is yelling like a siren. Roll it.
See, I don't even have a match tonight, but I'm still working out because I have nothing else to do. What am I going to do? That's what I do. What am I going to do? Play the guitar? I can't play the guitar. All I do is beat people up. But I check my pocket. I don't have no donuts. I don't have no cheeseburger. I know you love sugar, but I ain't got none.
No day off isn't the point. The point is, stop lying to yourself, then calling it self-care.
You want the shortcut? Do one hard thing before breakfast. Preston's right here to back you up. And Nation, don't put sugar in your pockets. Put nuts and ground beef. Right, John?
Just for you, brother. Just for you this morning.
I love the best part when I'm riding at the end.
Yes.
I'm on cement or pavement.
Yes.
There's dust coming up like I'm on a dirt road.
No, you know what was the best? Growing up watching some of those ridiculous television shows like Dukes of Hazzards or so forth, and they're on the dirt, Johnny, but then the soundtrack was what you can hear. It was like on asphalt. It was like spinning tires. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, right? The screeching of the tires.
Yeah, I know. It's like, wait a minute, you're on dirt. Why does it sound like you're on pavement? But you know what I love about the Scott Steiner segment is that when we set it up for today, I didn't plan on you not feeling well today. Well, and there's Steiner just calling it out like, what am I supposed to do? Am I going to show up? I'm showing up today. And then I thought that I love the fact that he's like, I don't got sugar or donuts in my pockets. And I'm thinking, no, Anderson's like, no, I got fucking meat or I got protein almonds in my pockets.
I think you should have Steiner on the horse on that, and then you should have John blazing past him on the camel.
Or the ostrich. I love it. Anderson, buddy, you get your ass out of here. Go get some rest. Go take care of your gut. And I'll chat with you over the weekend. Okay, brother?
You got it. Have a great loop, my brothers.
You take care, pal. All right. Anderson's out of here. I'm keeping Petro for a couple minutes. I want to talk a little hockey with Petro. In 70 minutes, Team Canada plays today. It's funny, Johnny, because on Thursday, Petro, all of North America was panicking for a few hours because the Olympics might have been wrecked for North America on Thursday when Canada and the U.S. were almost not going to be in the finals on Saturday.
Yeah, I think it shows you how competitive teams really are, because for U.S. and Canada that dominated all of their games up until this week, for them to just die by one goal,
is
it is very competitive. And then you see, I don't know if Sidney Crosby out, but I think somebody cheap shotted him when, away from the puck. I don't think he's playing now.
Well, so he's hurt. He's hurt. There is talk that he might be available for the gold medal game tomorrow. Which so I guess we know how coaches talk. They talk, in little bites. So they're not saying no, they're not saying yes. I think they're saying that let's get to Saturday first. So they got to win today, basically. But like both Canada and US have to win today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be easy. It's not a cakewalk.
No. Have you been paying attention at all to the Olympics? What's been standing out for you?
Yeah, well, the women, U.S. winning yesterday in the dramatic fashion.
Yeah.
That late goal. Well, I guess they tied it late, and then they won. It's been a pretty good Olympics, I think. But every time I turn it on, there's curling. I'm tired of seeing the curling and Canadian cheater.
You
Canadian cheater on
Petro. You would strike me as somebody who would enjoy curling, though. Have you curled before?
No. It does look fun. It does look fun, but I'm surprised how many that's still on. That seems to be the most eventful, sport. I don't know. I thought that should have been over by now. I mean, but they've had it like for weeks now.
It's actually never ending. I know. I turned the TV on. I was like, "Fuck, curling is still on." But it plays to a certain demographic, and it plays very well to a certain time. My dad still curls. My dad's 84. Gets in the hack, or 83, whatever he is, and gets in the hack and curls. And I guess there's chitter chatter about America, trying to make curling the next pickleball. Because it gains popularity and it's widely accessible. It's shuffleboard on ice. It's a fun game. I played it for a while, but it was a little too slow for me. I'm a fast, I gotta go kind of guy, and I just found the sport was a little bit too slow for me.
Yeah. The figure was yesterday, and I saw Alyssa Liu won.
Yes,
the gold.
Yeah,
and that was pretty impressive.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's been fun kind of seeing the skiers kind of, tumble. And I mean, the crashes is always just as fun as watching somebody win by, 1/100th of a second.
No, but it is though. I hate to say, we don't like to admit it, but we do like to see the drama of the crash. Let's just be frank about that, right? So as long as everybody's okay, the drama of a crash. So I was watching luge or skeleton, right? Like, why is that guy putting himself on this magic carpet head first to go down a track at a million miles an hour? And I was it Lillehammer, that guy that fellow passed, unfortunately, right, during skeleton or luge, right? So it's crazy. It's absolutely
well, I think they ought to use that as the punishment. If you cheat in any particular game, they should put you on that luge and throw you down there.
Oh man. Jesus, Murphy. Hey, what do you got going on this weekend? You got any symphony going on tonight?
No, I'm not sure. I don't really have any plans other than working on the book.
Nice. How's it coming along
this weekend? Very good. Yeah, it's a textbook.
Okay.
You won't ever see it on the shelves, but I think it'll be a good.
Petro, is that a self-published thing, or is that done through a publisher?
No, it's done through a textbook company, Taylor and Francis. It's
okay.
Textbook company.
And then
the judgment of business, judgment and the business of decision making.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Title.
So
yeah.
I'm curious about that process. Do they hold like I'm making some assumptions here, like a traditional publisher or like a traditional book agent? Are they holding you accountable to getting things done, or is it get done when you get it done? And I don't need the numbers, but like, are you paid for something like this, or is it like a volunteer thing? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, it depends on the type of book, but yeah, typically there's a contract and a deadline for the the final manuscript.
Yes,
or a first draft of the manuscript, and then you may or may not get an advance.
Okay.
On the before the when you first sign the contract, when you first turn in the manuscript, and then when you when it's published, it's in print. So there's sort of three payments, but. Another thing that comes with it is royalties. So, usually about 15% of royalties of sales. But you have to work off your advance first, if you do get an advance. If you don't have an advance, then you earn 15% royalties right away. So
really?
It's not a bad business, but I wouldn't recommend it as a major major moneymaker. There's certainly no guarantee whatsoever on bestsellers.
Interesting.
There's no rhyme or reason for that.
So have you received an advance before on a book?
Yes.
Oh, very cool. That's a pretty cool accomplishment, because that's somebody saying that you have value. I want to pay you for that value. Basically, it's right. That's really what I'm saying to you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was actually more surprised than anyone because I hadn't written a book. I was so I was a first time author, on that first advance. But yeah, if a publisher has faith and confidence in you, and you sort of have a niche, that you're sort of the obvious expert, then it's easier to get a book contract.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty
fun.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
Hey, before I go, I wanted to let you know I did a little bit of research on a study that you had mentioned a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna. I think you're gonna like this. I think there was a Canadian Medical Association journal article that you had mentioned. Which Canadian Medical Association journal is a top journal in medicine.
Okay.
And it was the study that you had mentioned. It was really advocating for the plant-based diet and sort of the ability to sort of reduce kidney disease.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So I looked into the article and I also looked at the fine print, and as I suspected, they reported the findings. They sort of inflated it with this is old trick that researchers can use, especially in medicine.
I'm leaning in. Yeah.
Yeah. So the incidence rate of kidney disease, they rated in their population was about 3%.
Okay.
So that's the incidence rate. And so they said, well, if you're at the sort of high level of this plant-based diet, you adhere to it strictly, you can read, their data suggests that you reduce kidney disease to a 2% incidence rate. Right. So, but the way they presented that, as I suspected they would, is they used what's called the relative risk reduction rate. So they would say, oh, this reduces risk by like 50%, right? Because it goes from 2, right? The fairest way to present it is what we call the absolute risk rate, which you would say is, well, it dropped 1%. It dropped from 3 to 2%. So that was sort of inflated. There was a lot of things you can look at beyond kidney disease, but they only looked at that, and that was a little suspect. But the more interesting thing was that if you look at the supplemental data, so usually with these articles, you get the standard article, and then you have there's supplemental, but you have to dig a little bit to get it. And so think of it as the fine print of the article.
Yes.
Well, they had investigated other diets, and actually the best kidney. From their data, they report the best kidney disease reducing diet was actually the DASH diet. That actually performed better than what they called the Eat Lancet diet, which is the plant-based diet.
Yeah.
And the DASH diet actually recommends moderate amounts of lean meats, like chicken and turkey.
Oh.
So that diet actually reduced the incidence rate by 1.5%. So it would be, if you said the relative risk rate, it would be even more. So it was actually the DASH diet that advocates for moderate amounts of protein, lean meats, perform the best. But they don't mention that in the article, the standard version of the article. You only find that in the supplemental fine print. So, as you suspected, that it was, I would say I would give it at least a 50% bullshitty score.
Yeah. So 2 things stand out from you there that I'm learning from you. That choice of words. So when I'm reading something in the way that you as the scientist deliver it to me, when you use relative, it's like saying there's a caveat, Keith. It's not absolute. There's a caveat. It's like saying when you say relative, there's an asterisk. I should look more.
Yeah, it always looks more impressive to present the relative risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did this. They did the same thing. The most famous example of that was probably 30 years ago when so many cities were trying to sort of pass city ordinances of against smoking within restaurants and public public indoors. And what they said, what their argument was that secondhand smoke,
I remember,
is the risk of lung disease, right?
I remember.
But the incidence rate of lung disease or lung cancer due to secondhand smoke is like 0.000. I think there was 5 zeros, 2, right? And so if you dig at that, those original reports, are like 300-page reports, and you find, well, those not exposed to secondhand smoke, their incidence rate was 0.000001, right? So there's it reduces by 50%, right?
Yeah.
But the chances of secondhand smoke, like lung cancer due to secondhand smoke, is so small that it doesn't help to report it in terms of the incidence rate, because that doesn't sound very impressive. So what they did is they said, oh well, yeah, it reduces it by 50%, or more, but it was very small to begin with, and it's still very small even if you're not exposed to it. So I don't know. John might have liked that result.
So I this what you're just saying is fascinating to me, because what you're saying is very much like that old wives' tale, right? Or mom's wisdom, which is often bullshit, right? And yet we were delivered that message how many years ago, and it was delivered as a truth. It was delivered to me as a truth. I saw the marketing stuff and all the communication. Oh, secondhand smoke's going to kill you. Blah 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 blah. But what you're saying is, when you really dig into the truth, it's actually a bunch of bullshit. But then over time, that message just gets perpetuated. Now, I'm not suggesting nobody wants to go breathe secondhand smoke. I'm just connecting it to what it's back to the 2 scoops of raisins in a box of Kellogg's Raisin Bran, right? It's like message. If I message John enough, he's going to believe it. If I tell John's mom that secondhand smoke is going to kill you, that's how this bullshit's perpetuated nonstop, isn't it, John Petra?
Yeah, it's not wrong to say that it reduced by 50%, but it's not couched in a concern for truth.
Yes.
When evidence established knowledge. Like if that's really your concern, then you would use the incidence rate, or what we call the absolute risk reduction.
Yeah.
But you see this in medicine all of the time, because they know that it's these pamphlets that say this is the risk of heart disease or lung disease, all of these things. It's really a way to market whatever solution.
100% it is. Absolutely it is.
It's more impressive if you use the relative risk.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, before you go, speaking of truth and not truth, I'm going to put something up for you to tell me. Is this AI or not AI, Dr. John Petrocelli?
And everyone believed us. People just always want to believe that something is real.
We've all seen the pictures, but is there any actual proof that you were on the moon?
Well, we had cameras there. What other proof do you need? June 1969. I get a call, 3 a.m. A voice says,
Murray, we have a problem.
I asked, who is this?
That's not important. What's important is we've been to the moon.
I say, fantastic. Congratulations. He said,
Murray, you don't understand.
What does that mean?
It looks like shit.
We sent an Uniman Pro camera module, very simple, just to get a visual preview.
I saw the test footage and I said, guys, this doesn't look like space at all. And they said, Irving, it is space. And I said, well, it looks like a sound stage.
The moon is disappointing. It's gray, not dramatic gray, not cinematic gray, just gray, like a parking lot, a very old, very dusty parking lot. The moon didn't look like the moon. Nobody would have believed it.
So we had 3 options. Option 1, tell the truth. Explain to 600 million people that the greatest achievement in human history looks like a Walmart parking lot.
Option 2, fake it. We tried that. Looked even worse.
Option 3, go to the actual moon and direct it. Make it look like people expect the moon to look.
We were going to fake the moon landing on the actual moon.
All right, let's go. So Petro, AI or not AI? Oh, I think Petro's frozen there. Nice smile though on his face.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
I thought we froze up there. The whole
So
system.
AI or not AI, Petro?
Now you're talking about the sort of this, what seems like a documentary, or the implied claims that they seem to be making.
Nice.
I think both are AI. I would guess both are AI.
Nice job clarifying the stance there. The entire thing you saw was AI.
Okay.
Which anybody who's uneducated should be scared. Like my mom, your dad seeing that's truth to that person, Johnny.
Yeah,
that's truth.
Well,
that's freaky, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking though, the first thing that gave it away was the people there, the AI people interviewed there. I mean, even if they were 20 years old, working for NASA in the 1960s, what they would be like in their 80s or 90s now, right?
Right.
So unless these videos were taken 20 years ago, but it's kind of fun to watch though. It looks intriguing. It's fun to think about, but yeah, the whole day. I believe we've been there, and there's enough evidence to suggest that
why do people still think it's bullshit, Petro? See, and I'm being serious here. Why is it, or is it just because it's a way that I can make money and draw attention by just, I'll just keep driving the conspiracy? But there's enough evidence to say it was real. It was real. We landed on the moon.
Yeah, and I do think that people are intrigued by, they know that not everything they receive, like mainstream media, reports 100% accurate. So this is just something that to point to say, look, let me think about more about this. This is just, and it's intriguing to the masses. So it's not something that you have to kind of set the stage for. You just say, oh yeah, I don't think we've been to the moon, or I think the Earth is flat, and it kind of just builds from there. And it's fun to kind of think about, and it's a sort of mental exercise, but really lean into it, and they find that other people want to hear about it. So there is potential.
Well, and Petro, we're gonna be talking about this over the next few weeks, because we saw the news over the last 48 hours when President Obama suggested that there was aliens in a podcast, and he was quoted on that, and he was, misquoted in many ways. And then yesterday, the current president, the man with orange hair, Mr. Trump, President Trump, is like, okay, we're going to release all of the UFO and all the unmanned aerial files. So we know for the next number of weeks, everybody's going to be curious, asking about UFOs and unmanned flying objects. And I'm suspecting Big Frank, I'm suspecting it's the signal noise thing. Everybody go pay attention to what's happening over there, because we're going to go and bomb Iran on Sunday. So go look at the UFO flying over there, Petro, because we got something we're doing over here that we haven't even told you guys about. Oh, we didn't even tell you we're going to war with Iran, but we are. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, it's this new form of diplomacy that seems to, distract, and while everyone's distracted, bring the whole armada, to the doorstep of Iran. It's
Yeah, exactly. I tell you, dude, I just watch here as the Canadian observer, just postulating and observing and having comedic commentary along the way. Yeah, the Armada. We wake up with the biggest United States presence at the door of Iran today, and nobody is talking about it at all. Actually, like nobody is having any conversation about it at all, except for you and I right now in the show. And nobody's paying attention, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully nothing happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully it's just fronting.
Yes,
posturing.
That's it. Good Time says it's a distraction. Petro, I always appreciate. I'm always grateful for my time with you. As you know, I thoroughly enjoy it with you. I appreciate you hanging out with me and Johnny today. You have yourself a great weekend. Any big plans? Oh yeah, you're right.
It's working on the book, and it's raining. It's finally raining here. So.
Oh, not snowing, Petro. Not snow. Do you have any snow left?
We're at like 61 degrees today, so it's really nice on the run this morning.
Well, yeah, because you sent that picture a couple weeks ago, all that snow out there. There's nothing. There's nothing left.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Oh, we got a big dump, man. We got a big dump last couple of days. There's more snow here now than ever, actually. There's tons of snow.
Yeah.
Good time.
Well, you keep those big dumps of snow.
I will. Thank you. Yeah. and I'll cheer for Canada this weekend too, my friend. So you have yourself an awesome day. I appreciate you as always, and we'll talk to you. Okay.
All right. Love you guys.
All right. Love you too, pal. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Petro's out of here. Jimmy. I'm going to go and empty a bladder. What do I got? 39 seconds, 40 seconds. Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with Keith Billis here on Mornings Live with Keith, John, and friends. I got a monologue. Hey guys, we're going to dump the community corner here today because I want to get out of here. I want to go hang out with my team. So guys, here's the plan. We're going to go. We're going to do I got the monologue. I want to talk a little about legacy and just what's happened here in the last 24 hours with the passing of Eric Dane, and then we're going to just do a little bit of recap, say goodbye, and get back after it on Monday. So Jimmy, Melissa, Kai, are we all agreeing with that plan? Yes? Good. Okay. I got 32 seconds. So, Spartacus, it does look convincing to most. I'll tell you what's convincing, how quick I can get out of this. I can get this liquid out of my bladder. I'll see you guys in 32 seconds. Boom!
You ever see a grown man go quiet for real? No phone, no jokes, just quiet.
That's Keith today. 53 hit him like a punch, and he didn't dodge it.
Because death doesn't care about your schedule. It doesn't wait for your next quarter.
So this isn't about Eric Dane. It's about you and what you're delaying. One move today, one call, one apology, one hard conversation you stop pushing off. Keith is up. Don't scroll past this one.
All right, guys. So listen, pretty good, eh? It's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty damn good, man. I'm telling you right now. I'm prostate, my bladder, all in control, Jimmy. Just fucking in control. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'll tell you what I'm in control of. I'm in control of how I'm feeling today based on some of the news that I've received here. And listen, I did not know this fellow I'm going to talk about. This monologue is not about Eric Dane. It's actually about our own mortality. Because right now, I want to talk to Spartacus. I want to talk to Good Time. I want to talk to Petro. I want to talk to Holroyd. I want to talk to everybody tuning in after the show. I want to talk to Whitaker. Because today, I read the news as I put together today's monologue over my coffee this morning, and it didn't feel like celebrity news. It didn't feel like celebrity news at all, actually. For me, it felt like a mirror. And it was a mirror because I'm approaching 5'4" in 10 days, 54. And yesterday, we had a fellow, Eric Dane, who lost his life at 53. Now, I'm 53 right now, 54 in a few weeks. And when death shares your age, I'm telling you, it stops being a headline and it turns into a receipt that you stare at for a while. Because until that moment, we all play this quiet little game of we act like time is optional. And it's like, we'll get it later. Right? Like we can push the stuff that matters into some imaginary future where we're calmer, maybe we're richer, maybe we're less busy or more ready. But death has been around me lately. Death doesn't negotiate. Death doesn't care at all, actually, about your calendar, your brand. These are obvious things we talk about often, the cliches of death. Oh, death isn't worried about what if you miss the meeting. Death doesn't worry about when things are slowing down. No. Death just shows up and it says, you thought you were in charge. And here's where I pause and say, Zeglin, I love you, man. I love you and Melissa. I know you guys are going through some tough times here right now. Because when death showed up on their doorstep, they weren't in charge. And listen, I'm not standing here pretending I did not know. I did not know Eric Dane. But that's not the point of this monologue. No, Eric was the vehicle for me to consider what I wanted to say to you guys today. Because the point is what happens inside of you when you hear 53. Charlie, you know, I know you grew up like I did when your parents were talking about their friends passing. Oh, Joe died, or oh, Sally died. And you're looking at your parents at 50 or 60 and you're thinking, wow, that's a long time. But but now you look at yourself in the mirror and you realize that you're building a legacy. 53, going to be 63, going to be 73, going to be 83, 93, 103. Hey, I'm not 66 being arrested like Andrew from Warbaton. Talk about character. No, we're building a legacy right now, boys. And not the legacy that's some romantic word that we whisper at funerals. Because if you think about it, legacy is an uncomfortable word. It's actually brutal. Legacy is really the leftovers of your life. Think about that. It's like, oh, hey, here's my legacy. All my leftovers left for you guys. And it's like me leaving my life behind. And it's what people are stuck with when I'm gone. And it's what your kids absorb from you without you ever teaching it. Legacy. It's the emotional temperament that you set in your house. What's your legacy? What are you doing? It's the standard. It's the apology that you didn't make to somebody. And it's the love that you didn't say out loud because you were too tired. Or it's the bid that you deflected when your wife was reaching out. It's the way that you treated people when you had power. And it's the way you treated people when you didn't. Because that's what people remember about you. That is your legacy. And here's the part that's going to sting a little, and it stung me as I was writing this morning. I'm reminded about it daily. Nobody is going to remember how busy you were. Nobody. Nobody's going to stand up at your funeral and say, wow, Billis was awesome, man. He got back to me super quick. Nope. They're going to remember how you feel. Those people are going to remember how you made them feel. They're going to remember if you were safe, if you were present, if you gave them your time with your presence, if you were honest. They're going to remember if you were kind to them. They're also going to remember if you were brave. Or if you were always on your way to being one of those things. And I'll tell you, I've been all of that. I have been, I was the guy that has won. Was the guy that cashed the big check on the Friday. Still woke up on the Monday feeling empty. I was the guy, have been the guy chasing the next thing when life is happening right beside me, right in front of me. And I've been the guy who's built companies chasing the scoreboards, living in that addiction to momentum. And don't get me wrong, I love it all. I love the building because I'm a builder. It's who I am. A builder with great flow. Good time. Yeah, still got good pressure. 32 seconds. But as I continue life today and reflect on today's monologue, I'm not confused anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm feeling better than ever because the scoreboard I've learned is not the point. The point is, what did your building build in people? Again, how you make people feel. I pride myself on how I make my people feel that I work with. Did I build fear in them? Did I build stress in them? Did I create distance? Did I build belief, their own self-belief? Does Kai believe in herself more today than she did 3 weeks ago? Did I help Jimmy build some courage through the loss of his father? Helping him get through those tough moments? Have I helped Melissa create standards that she is proud of, that she didn't think that she could accomplish, yet I knew she could? And did I build love with the people around me? Because that is what I aspire to do. Because the most dangerous lie we tell ourselves is this: I'll get to the important stuff once I finish this stuff off, this task. I'll help Jimmy when I'm done with this right now. I'll just be hard on Kai because I don't got the time to lead with love. Standards? Pfft, Melissa's fine. Nah, I'll do it later. Nah, that doesn't work. So, here's the question I'm asking myself this morning, and I'm asking you guys this question too. Are you living your life like it is infinite? Because it's not. Or are you ready to finally live like you're accountable to a clock? We always talk about the snooze button and the power of those 9 minutes just chipping away your life. Chip, chip, chip. Because 53 isn't old. Let's just call it out, Spartacus. Let's call it out, good time. Let's call it out, Jimmy. 53 is not old. But it is old when it becomes final. And today, 53, tomorrow around the corner, 54 became really loud in my own mirror. So I'm not going to waste time with that mirror. I'm not going to waste time holding things back. I'm going to call that person that I have not been wanting to call. And I reached out to AJ this morning to tell him I was thinking about him because him and Melissa are going through some tough times right now because death has creeped into their world. And I'm going to stop pretending someday is guaranteed because it's not. And we were reminded about it today when a young man at the age of 53 passed. And I'm going to continue building not just businesses, not just projects, but I'm going to keep building the humans around me. Because my goal, my ambition, is to continue building a life that leaves people stronger when I'm gone. I want to say that again. I'm going to continue building the kind of life that leaves people, the people around me, stronger than when I'm gone. And that to me is legacy. Not what I have achieved, not how much money is in my bank. No, what I have helped you change, what you changed. So, if you're watching this and listening to me and you feel some of the words hitting you, then good. We've talked about it before. Being provocative is somewhat helpful. But good. I'm glad you're listening to me because that means you're awake today. Now, my invitation goes like this. If you're awake today and you're leaning into your own license, your own age, your own mirror, my invitation to you is this: do something with it. Because the universe around you is sending you signs. Because that universe is full of time. And as those signals come to you with that time, do not waste any single day pretending that time doesn't exist. Because time does exist. And I am not going to waste a single day pretending that it doesn't.
If that hits you, don't overthink it. Do the one thing today you've been avoiding.
No speeches, no someday, just movement. Back to the show.
Maybe coaching or telling. It's really about creating awareness. Life does have an end, and life has a start and has an end. And if we can focus on making others better, isn't that a wonderful legacy to have? If you make others better, you're going to be better along the way. True story. So guys, whether you caught us live listening to the replay or you're pretending that the AirPods in your ears are on a work call, all I can say is I appreciate you. I appreciate hanging out with us today. As always, Charlie, Petro, Spartacus, I appreciate it all, man. We had a great show here today. The Petro is here. Why your success feels fake. We got into some conversations about bullshit with John Petrocelli this morning. I talked about 53 is not a number. It's a mirror. Yes, we lean into the passing of Eric Dane here today. And guys, as Petro says, changing from the perspective of life as infinite to finite is a critically important shift in perspective, bringing more meaning to everyday life. And as Spartacus says, to close off the last comment, learn from the elderly. They have a lot to say. And Spartacus, I appreciate you too, man. I always appreciate you. You're so kind with your time. You get up, you spend time with us, you check in. And hey, Spartacus, dude, I'm watching your check-ins this weekend. We taught you once this morning. Guys, come check in on the weekend. Do not forget to check in. Just because we're not live doesn't mean we can't stay connected. You can check into the show, mitl.live, morningsinalab.live. Go check in, show your love, show your proof. Show us that you're up and at it. It costs you nothing. And you know what? That one little step might move you towards something else. Because here's what I think happens. You're like, okay, I'm going to check in. The moment you check in, you're enveloped around Jimmy and Keith and Melissa. And all right, Jimmy, I forgot who our demographic is. Spartacus is still trying to figure it out. Coming up, a 3-minute trailer video, full instructional, how to check into the show for our good friend Spartacus himself. I love you, man. I love it. But guys, we're back on Monday. Hey, listen, next week we got a bunch of guests coming up next week. Hey, Spartacus, put your request in. Kai, Jimmy, Spartacus needs a diagram. I think we can go make an infographic. Actually, yes, guys, that's some fun. We'll call it the Spartacusgram. Yeah, it's going to be an infographic teaching people how to log into the show. We're going to name it after Spartacus. So Spartacus, we're going to make you a Spartacusgram using Google's Nano Banano Pro. It'll be like a sexy infographic. It's going to be called the Spartacusgram, and we're going to show people how to get checked into the show courtesy of our good friend Spartacus. Yeah, true story. All right, guys, next week, Mark LaCour coming up on Monday. The truth about oil and gas nobody tells you. Yeah, we're not talking about gas out of your ass. We're talking about oil and gas. And then Raymond Harris, from NFL running back to Mindset CEO. Kevin Mahalik, the guy almost died with a BlackBerry in his hands. Sarah Barnes Humphrey went from director to mopping floors. We got a full week of shows next week. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys will join us live, 8 o'clock on morningsinthelab.live, mitl.live. All right, guys, let's get after it. Join us again next week. We're going to see you. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Jimmy, Melissa, Kai, we're back in 48 hours. Have a good one, guys. The handsome chief. His name, Keith Billis. He's out of here. We'll see you guys on Monday.